Back at it here. Thank you all for joining us again. We're here for the Cup Car practice here at Daytona International Speedway Tri-Oval, and we'll be running. We've now got some new models, and I'll go over that real quick for anybody that didn't want to watch or didn't watch the other video. You can see I'm in right now the Crown Athlete G Cup Car, 516 horsepower, 2,400 pounds. We have a room limit of 717 performance points, so that'll be the limit on the race. Again, this RJP Memorial 400K is going to happen Saturday night. It's going to be the inaugural race in honor of my father, Randall J. Pitterly, who passed away on December 8th. And we'll be running this race every year, and it'll be a night race, and this will be the first two events of our season, every season. The event 1 is in the books, and that was the 2 for 1 hour 24 minutes at Daytona, a race to mimic the 24 hours of Daytona. We ran 2 races, one into the night and then one out of the night into the day, and that one went over pretty well. We had 15 people in the main event lobby, so almost a completely full race, and then we added another guy that came into practice later, so it's very possible we could have 15 cars here in the RGP Memorial 400K this weekend, which would be awesome here in the draft, because this is going to be, these are super fun races, and I want to get these cars as close as we can while keeping as many parameters as we can possible. So while we're waiting for anyone else to come into the lobby, oops, I hit the wrong button here. Let me get a message sent over here. All right. All right, so let me go over the list of the cars here. I got that message sent off to the official messaging chat. That is, again, anybody who wants to race with us. Right now, anybody that has participated in the first race is going to have priority. I do know John, one of our drivers, is going to be on a limited schedule, and we may have a couple other people on a limited schedule. But I just wanted to let everybody know that we are looking for some alternates. So I would really like to have a full room every week. So if you want to be one of our alternate drivers, then it doesn't put any pressure on you. If you are able to participate in 3 of our 5 Spring Series events, 3 of our 5 Summer Series events, you will get what I call now participation points. Are actually calling them loyalty points. So we've got attendance points, so if you can only make one night of the 2 nights of racing that we do, and then we've also got the new attendance points, which we added in with our revised point system we started in the fall. So attendance points, basically, if you make one of the 2 nights of racing, because we always do 2 nights, and again, I do that to try to get everybody a chance to participate. Whichever one you don't make, there's a flat number of points you're going to get for participating, attending the event. If you miss an event entirely, both nights, I'm giving you loyalty points if you participate in 3 of the 5 series events. So there's going to be a spring series, a summer series, and a fall series. As long as you participate in 3 of the 5 events, you will get loyalty points, and those loyalty points will be retroactive. Those will be calculated after the final event of the season, and that'll determine our final point standing. So again, nothing's set in stone until the last event of the race of the season. So if you miss something, don't worry. Just come participate, run as hard as you can, have some fun. So let me quickly go over these cars again. We'll just start with the Alpha. You know, I don't think I actually went into the Gran Turismo, did I? So we're going to start there in the video. Settings on this one. Again, we updated everything. We added all the engine mods and then reduced these things back. I'm trying to get some torque out of these smaller engines. 9180 on the This one is as low as we could reduce it with 4 weight reductions. I didn't want to add a 500,000 weight reduction to get 7 pounds, or get 24 pounds. So we moved all the other cars up to 28, 24. So 90 and 180 on the Aero. That's the new one. You can set your body height how you want. Your anti-roll bar to 5 or 6. Again, there's no actual center. I would just call it the center. But because of that, you can go 5 or 6. And then all of these spring things on all the cars I want at the center mark. You can set your camber angle how you want, differential, and your gearing anywhere between 310 and 350 at this point. So that is the Gran Turismo. That's actually the car I'm going to start in. So let's go out and I'm going to get everybody in here on the... I'm going to start with the Gran Turismo. We'll get everybody on the page, and I will let them know their settings. So I'm going to jump into the chat, and we'll be talking to everybody. So hang tight, and you'll be hearing everybody that's on the list over here. It's not letting me work into the chat. There it goes.
If you guys want to run...
Hello, people.
Name. Hey, what's up, King?
What's going on, guys?
Just pulled up your stream. I saw your message about an update video for these cars and the new settings.
Yeah. So by adding these other cars, we did have to change something, and the SLS just barely tweaks in under, and only if you add a little extra aero. It only gets under that 717 mark. So I've got a video up there specific on that, and then I jumped in this Gran Turismo, which I failed to put in that update video. This one was really heavy, so in order to avoid a 300,000 credit ultimate weight reduction, I just moved everybody else up 20 pounds or whatever it was. So
okay, so we're at 28, 24?
28, 24, okay. And then our Aero's at 90 and 180 because that's the minimum on these other cars. So
okay.
90 yeah, and 90 and 180 now. Yep. Okay. And I will post that up in the chat here. We may be tweaking these cars around a little. I haven't driven these cars yet. So I'm glad to see everybody. It seems like everybody's got a different one, so that's cool.
Yeah. So question about horsepower.
Yeah.
Like, so can I go all the way to 560 with my car until I hit PP? Like, can I bore it up and stroke it and everything?
Yeah,
like that?
So I've done that specifically. Really? Let me go over real quick, because the reason I did that, I'm trying to get torque out of these low power cars. So in order to get torque, you got to do some of these. So I'm going to start with the Gran Turismo since I'm already in that car. Pretty much all of these cars that are under 5 liters, we got to add everything. So you're going to go bore up, stroke up, engine balance tuning, polish ports, racing crankshaft, and high compression pistons on the Gran Turismo. The Gran Turismo is an expensive car. I figured, what the hell? That thing's 350,000 credits. I'm glad I had one because I only bought one. and then wide body on it was 100,000.
What about the 03, the M3?
The M3 is going to be basically the same as it was. We're just adjusting the downforce. That car's still perfectly in spec because that car already had all the engine mods. The only thing we're not doing is high lift camshaft and the titanium connecting rods and pistons, because those are in the extreme or the ultimate or whatever it is. I think it's ultimate. So we're trying to stay out of that if we can. And again, my goal.
Racing crank and all.
Which car are you in?
The 8C.
The 8C. Okay, let me jump into that one real quick. Okay, because that one was just slightly different because even though they're the same engine. It's weird because they're the same. They're the same car and the same engine, but the 8C was made for the Gran Turismo was made for Grand Touring, and the 8C was made for performance. So okay, so the 8C, what I've got it set at here is you're gonna do everything but the again, bore up, stroke up, engine balance tuning, polish ports.
Jumping in this race?
And
10 seconds.
Oh, I'm not gonna get in. We'll get everybody set up.
No, sorry, it's too late.
Okay,
I'm looking at
balancing, bore up,
ready?
stroke up, polish ports, racing crankshaft, but not the high lift cams. We are not doing high lift cams.
No, none of the stuff that's in the Ultimate. It's going to be all the stuff that you can buy under the Extreme.
So the club sport high lift cam should be.
Yeah, bore up, stroke up, engine balance tuning, polish ports, and racing crankshaft. Those all add torque. There's a couple of things that don't add torque. And then the 8C you're going to run at 84 on the restrictor.
Okay, hold on. I go back. I had to buy the tuning parts.
Nope, no problem.
Sorry, I tried building my own, and I was at 518. I was 518.
I was really going over these. I was in and out of these cars like 10 times, and I had to go this afternoon. I was gone this afternoon, most of the afternoon. So I got back here, and I'm like, I'm going to try to get in these and write all this stuff down. So I went in them and tuned them up, and I hadn't done the Mustang yet. So I did that actually right before I started my video, and got that one tweaked out. So it will. Again, I'm giving. 84 on the restrictor. That'll get you 515. So all these cars now are within 1 horsepower of that 516 control point, which is perfect. That's perfect. That's what I was looking for getting those cars all the same. So 516 is the control. This car should be at 515 when you restrict it.
Horsepower?
Yep.
Hey, King.
Yes, sir.
Since I'm on your stream too, can you show me the Camaro?
Yes. And the Camaro, we didn't change anything because the Camaro already has over 500 pound-feet of torque, so we didn't have to add torque to it. But yeah, I will in just a second.
I don't have any engine mods or anything.
Nope, no engine mods on this Camaro's the only one we didn't mod anything on the engine because it was the beast.
All right, that's
but we're also running
sure
it now at 100%. So let me. I can't change cars right now.
Max torque of the
Go ahead and pass me, Makoto. I want to see if I can
AC
stand your draft.
359.2.
Let me see. Let me see if. Hang on a second. Let me go. You're in the 8C, right?
Yeah.
The torque is going to be. Torque should be at 84. It should be at 408.3.
Which car are y'all talking
What the
about?
hell?
The 8C.
What did I do wrong? I'm at 700 performance points. I'm at 700 performance points, 536 max power, max torque, 372.
You must have missed something. Did you get the racing crankshaft, polish ports, engine balance, tuning, stroke up, bore up? You got all 5 of those?
Yeah.
You got your racing air filter, muffler, and exhaust?
Yes.
You got your full control computer? You got your full control computer?
computer.
That's probably where you're missing.
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
I don't understand why that should be at the same numbers I'm at. You must have missed something in the engine tuning. Are you sure you got all 5 of those things? Bore up, stroke up, engine balance, tuning, polish ports, racing crankshaft.
I will go double check.
Yeah, double check that. I mean, you can see it in your settings, so it should show it, but go into the, if you want to jump out and go into the tuning, there might be something missing. Okay. All right. I can't switch cars right now, so whoever's in the 8C, you can check my stream, and that's up there right now. It's at 698.94, 515 horse, 408.3 on the torque, and 28.24 on the weight. I got all of these cars denoted as prototypes. That way, I don't drive them and race them, and try to put a thing on it. So we'll keep these as the control car since I've got one of each. And then the second car, I got to build a second 8C and a second Gran Turismo yet, but I do have them. Those are the ones I'll put a livery on. And again, when we go to do these cars, I'll drive whatever because I'm going to be down on the draft list. So. Even the Mustang. But I hope the Mustang, with the 10% horsepower increase, will pick it up, because the problem with the Mustang is, I could tell last night when Freddie and I were racing, it's drag. The body's like they got way too much drag associated to the body. So I still want to keep the numbers the same if we can on the downforce, but we may, if the horsepower thing doesn't do it, and adding the extra torque to the engine, then we may have to start dropping some aero off the Mustang. Which sucks, but I guess the way they've got the body on that thing, I'm pretty sure it's drag on that thing, because it just, even when JT was bumping me, the car would pick up speed and then almost immediately lose it. So that tells me that it's drag.
It was slow, boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now that was at 530 horse, so we're going to give it an extra 30 horse and see what it does. So that might help. Again, that engine's got a really flat horsepower curve up high. It doesn't drop off to like 9,000 RPMs, and we're not getting to 9,000 RPMs. So it's kind of got that little... I've been staring at power bands and everything all day, so trying to figure out what I could do with these cars. That's why I find, we'll just add everything to every one of them and then just restrict them back, and then try to get it as close to the Camaro numbers if we can. And none of them reach the torque. The SLS comes close, but still doesn't quite get there.
Makoto, did you up your downforce settings like King mentioned, or no?
Yeah, you're going to need, Makoto, you're going to have to run an extra 5 on the downforce. You have to run your ballast all the way to the front to get that thing under the 717. Because I want to keep the other numbers the same.
90 and
No,
80?
no, it's not 90 and
no.
80. It's 90 and on the SL. It's a 185. 185 on there. So, okay. So somebody had a question. You had a question about the Camaro, Steve. Let me go into that real quick while we're in between races here. And that one is again nothing on the engine mods on the Camaro. It's already still got 500 pound-feet of torque even at the lower number here at the 516. 44 on the ballast, and then
MG was hitting 210 miles per hour.
Yeah, yeah, he had the aero too low, so we'll see what happens there with the aero proper, and the BMW does too. So we'll.
On the Camaro, thank you.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, all right. I'm gonna jump in. I want to run. We got 250 here, so I will try to hit on all of these cars real quick. Whoop! I gotta switch cars, not change car.
I don't understand what I did wrong.
Really?
Yeah, like at all. Like my specs are like way like I've installed the carbon ceramic, stroke up, engine balancing, port polish, air filter, racing muffler, racing brake pads, racing exhaust, racing clutch and flywheel, racing transmission, the fully customizable computer, racing crankshaft, bore up, high lift cam, rate stage reduction 2, power restrictor, and ballast, and it's coming up 536 with 372 foot-pounds at the same settings that you have.
That's crazy. That is weird.
Weird stuff.
Are you on a PS4 or PS5, Nasty?
I'm on a PS4.
Oh shit! I didn't
You'll
even have
probably
my
have to
weight.
back out of the game and reset. It probably froze up and it's not updating the numbers. That's happened rarely, but it does happen.
Alright, I'll
My Gran Turismo is on a wide body. How did I miss that when I
I'll
built
close
this
the
car?
app and then reload up, and I'll try it again.
Shit.
It can even happen to PS5 if you're going in there and you're spamming in and out of the measure pages too fast. They had an update patch a while back, but it could be coming back in.
Yeah, we want to run, Makoto, we want to run the weight exactly the same on all the cars. So yeah, it should be 83 on the ballast on the AMG. That'll get you to 8, and then your power restrictor be at 79, your ballast at -50, and you're going to run the racing crankshaft. Okay, and then you're going to put 90 and 185 on the aero, and then you can run it whatever height you want. But that gets you a 716.97. That's just squeaking it in, but that is doing it. And you got to put the ballast all the way forward.
Are both Mustangs a part of the Cup cars, or is it just the
Yeah, both Mustangs can be run. So I think they're pretty close in numbers now that I've got everything built up on them both. I don't have a wide body on this one, so I'm going to run the Mustang just to test it out.
That's what's hurting it, that 7,500 RPM before compared to the 6,500, and then when you add all the other stuff to it, it's opened up that power band.
Yeah, 565, I think, yeah. All right, let's see what it'll do here. We got a race coming up here.
I didn't even have my weight right, and I still couldn't keep up with my. I was like a half a second.
Oh,
off
I got the room set wrong. Shit.
I could not draft up on him.
Now
I changed my weight now.
I'm not gonna make this race. Shit. I just fucked it up.
We can back out. It's only 3 of us.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah. If you guys don't mind doing that, if you guys want to back out, I'm gonna get. I'm gonna reset the room too. So let me reset the room here real quick. Oop, not the weather. Let me reset the room here. It's not gonna let me until.
Reset the weather.
Makoto, can you back out? I think he's the only one out there. Oh, JT, you're still out there too. It's showing.
Yeah, it's not giving me the back out option yet.
Oh, okay. It's got okay.
There we go. PS4 slow.
All right, cool. Then let me reset this because I need to make this 5. What is it? What did I say? 50, 52, and 516 is what? 558. Okay. So that or 5. No, that should be 568, shouldn't it? Okay, that's why that wasn't working. So I need to set the room to 570.
And the 2824 weight.
Yes, thank you. All right, I'm gonna real quickly save the settings. Okay. All right, change event settings. There we go. Okay, now we should be good. All right. So now we got 5 more minutes before we have to do anything. So I'm gonna go over the settings on all these cars for you. Again, I'll just double check the BMW. So BMW first off is going to be pretty much the same as it was before, but we're moving the downforce to 90/180. The ballast is going to be 57 now to get 28/24, and it'll be 93 on the restrictor. That's with all of our extreme or lower engine mods. So bore up, stroke up, engine balance tuning, polished ports, racing crankshaft, high compression pistons.
What did you say the downforce was again? I'm sorry.
90/180. So it's pretty easy. 90. It's just double 90, and then double that 180.
Okay.
So that gives us a good balance. So there's the BMW, and then going to the Chevrolet.
One more question about the BMW.
Yes, sir.
Did you say 310 on the transmission?
That seemed to be the best one. You can again,
Okay.
we're allowing between 310 and 350 on the trans, so
Right,
people can
okay.
run what you want. So
Because I ran one race at 310, Keith ran another at 310, and it seemed the RPMs were a bit too high, and it was chewing up the fuel too much.
oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
The BMW wasn't? That must be the
No.
increased drag. Okay. All right. So that then probably want to bump that one up a little bit. And again, we may have to bump these lower torque cars down in aero a little bit in the back, just to try to match them up. So I want to try to keep as much as I can the same if we can. I mean, the ride height is obviously something you can do to any of them. So the Camaro is at 100% and 44 on the ballast. So 90/180 on the aero. And then how much time we got? Oh, 2 drivers haven't entered. Okay. Then the next one would be the Mustangs, and again the GT350R. I'm going to bump that up again. We can go up to 560, 568, 565, 571 is too much. I'm going to try the 571 because that's what I set the room at. I'm going to try that and see what it does. If it's too much, we'll drop it down a little bit. So that'll be the Mustang real quick. Again, keeping the control at 90/180 on the aero. Now the Mustang GT, the max I can get out of it on the power without adding the extreme stuff is 567. So that is exactly 10% over 515, which is our minimum, or what the lowest car will make now. So that would be 38 kilograms on the ballast on the Mustang GT, 90 and 180 again on the aero. And this car can run pretty low. I've got it set at 5, and it was driving really nice. So the car drives really super nice. It just doesn't suck up, and it sucks because it drives really good. So all right, next car, the Lexus RCF. That didn't change from last night really, except we added the little extra aero on it. So 90/180, you still have the bore up, stroke up, engine balance tuning, polished ports, racing crankshaft, and high compression pistons. And that'll be running 81 on the power restrictor. It gets us 517 horse, 439.4 torque, and we'll run 46 on the ballast. And again, this one, don't forget, guys, if you're running the RCF, you got to run a little bit of body height or some negative camber because it does rub.
What'd you say on the power restrictor for that one?
That one is still the same. That one is at 81. With
81?
with all the engine mods, which I think we put on last night, but maybe somebody didn't. Some of you guys might not have had them.
Okay, I missed that. Because
Okay.
all I've got is bore up and high pistons.
Okay, yeah, pretty much everything that's below. Again, I'm trying to balance them out. So racing, I might have added racing crankshaft to that today. I'll check my other one, but this is the control car now. So,
Is that arrow? Are you changing the arrow for all the cars?
all the cars, yeah, 90 and 180, because the Gran Turismo has a 90 minimum on the front, and I think the SLS had one of them had a 180 minimum, or I might have just added 180 to make it, because one of them was going to have way too much front arrow and no rear arrow.
Okay,
That
so
might have been why I
90,
added that 180. I don't remember now because I've spent so much time on these today. So,
Hey, KingPitt, will
Yes,
you get
sir.
a chance? Will you
Yeah.
look at the app? I sent you the photos of what I'm seeing.
okay, all right, let me jump and enter here so it'll be out there. I'm going to try the Mustang and see what happens. I'm going to try it at the max room horsepower. So okay.
Go ahead. Is the GT going to get all the engine performance as well, or not?
It will, and it'll be at 567 horse, so it's going to be just a couple horse shy. They're pretty close in power, so I'm not sure that I would think the GT350 would be a better car, but I don't know how the game's got them weighted.
Is it gonna get everything?
Yeah, so you got. Oh, you know what? That's weird. You've got. Yeah, you've got different stuff. Let me look here. You got some different stuff than my 8C. Let me see. Let me jump in that real quick. That is the 8C, right? You're in the 8C, right? Yeah, okay, alright. Yeah, so I have got... Yeah, see, you got something wrong there, which sucks. You got the high. You went over to the. You went over and got the high lift camshaft, which didn't do anything to torque, which I did not have on this one. It actually, I think, took torque away. Bore up, stroke up, engine balance tuning, polish ports. That's all right. And racing crankshaft, but you've got the high lift camshaft, and that actually reduced torque. That's why I didn't put that on there. So that's why it's different. I don't know otherwise why it's so far off. That seems a long ways off for what it is. So I'm not sure what else the difference might be, but if you can get it down to 517 horse, or 515 to 517 horse, 515, 516, 517, let's give it a shot and see what we can do. I don't think you're going to have as much torque as you need, though.
I'm gonna be slow too.
Yeah, it might be okay. It's a pretty slippery car, so we'll see. See what it does. That's why we're testing. You know, we're not racing for points or anything here. We're just testing to see how the cars are doing.
Every damn day's for points.
Wait,
called
time out.
ego.
We don't get no points for this?
No, you get money though.
Oh,
Get money
fuck
for
you
every
guys.
race.
I'm out of here if I don't get no points.
You get money though.
You get money. You're getting paid to practice. Where can you get that done?
Money.
My favorite races are the races for no points, actually. Because it's just fun fucking around. When Makoto wrecks me, I don't care.
It's already 10 fucking o'clock. Alright, I'm gonna run one race. How much time do I have until it starts?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Fuck. I hope. Come on, PlayStation, load in faster.
I see you're loading in.
Or you have the auto start on 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, you could auto start at any time, or you could start one.
I could, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we could all exit out. And
Yeah.
wait for you if you don't make it. 8, 7, 6. You're not gonna make it.
No, he's still loading according to that. Yeah, I can. Yeah, if we want to exit out, I'll just change the settings over to I'll start the races. That way we don't have to. That way, if we got questions, we can stop and take care of them.
The hell with
We
him.
got a bunch of those.
So we exiting out.
Yeah, go ahead.
He said the hell would have thrown him in the fire. Burn that.
All right, let me reset this. I'm just going to reset it, and we'll just change it to not shut the auto start off. All right, here we go.
And yes, I know I need to re-enter. I'm learning.
Yep. So if everybody wants to ready up, I'll go ahead and fire it off.
I'm gonna try the Crown again.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good car. I think it's still a good car, especially now with more aero on it. It seems to handle better.
Well, I did a different car every race, so. Mikado. Hey, I did finish watching your stream, Mikado, of your Manufacturer's Cup. That was heartbreaking. I thought you were going to win that bitch, and then the rain came.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go, guys. Let's give it a shot. We got 2 Camaros, an 8C, an SLS, a Crown, a Mustang, and a Beamer.
Yeah, it was very sad, Mikado. You're the one who told me to watch the second race, so I thought, oh, this will be a good one. And then you were up there, and I thought, oh, this means he's going to win. And then the fucking rain came. I was heartbroken.
He said, you made me watch you lose. You told me to.
Yeah, I thought he was going to... well, I thought he'd at least get a top 3 or something, you know? I mean, it was... If the rain hadn't come, boy, he would have had that. And it's weird too because the first race he didn't get no rain, and the second one did.
Kodo needs to, you know, make them stickers.
She definitely goes through the gears well. Woo! Wall!
Oh, my car keeps nosediving.
That's what you get for trying to give me room.
Yeah, my car's nosediving.
Oh, you changed the arrow, didn't you? The ones that get changed in judge's bar.
Wait, as soon as I pull out, I'm dead. But I am getting the draft now. Whoa, whoa,
What car?
whoa.
What car are you in, King?
Mustang,
Oh, okay.
the GT350R version.
Oh, yeah. The other night I would have been driving away from
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try the other ones.
I'm topping out.
Aren't you guys running a taller gear in the Camaro, like a 350 or something?
I don't remember what I'm set at, but whatever I'm at, it's topping out.
It's at Torx, huh?
Twerk.
Twerk. The twerk.
Twerk.
Let me see if I can stay in Makoto's draft.
If I can figure out where Nasty is on the track, I'll bump him.
Yeah, he does bounce around a little bit there. I saw that.
Yeah.
A little
I'm
bit, not
topping
too
out
bad.
at 203.
203 here.
Well, I
think I
didn't.
can.
What?
I don't think
205.
I didn't pay attention to my gears. Steve, you might as well go around and see if you can catch him.
Yes, Steve.
We'll just drag race here.
I think that might be too much gear on this thing. I mean to go down on the gear, because I'm barely showing any mark. But although this does die off about 9,000 RPM, so. But I'm running 330, I think, on this thing right now.
I'm liking that SLS. It's looking good.
If he's out there running by himself and pulling away, though, we're gonna have to drag it back, because
Yeah.
that thing is right at the
I'm not
number.
even talking about power or anything. I don't care about I'm
He's
saying it
pulling
actually looks
away.
Yeah, he's liking that car too because he hasn't raced a different car in a single race yet. He's in that one every time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a
Freddie,
half
I'm
a
gonna move
second
aside.
off,
You go around me, and I'm gonna see if I can push you.
and I could not pull up to him even in a draft.
Steve's pushing me, and my fastest lap is 44.2. Makoto is by himself with a 43.7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that car's gonna have to be next to to be brought back a little bit. Probably add some arrow to it.
He said 43.6.
Yeah, now it is.
He made sure you heard that. That was funny.
This thing's staying with it in the draft now, but it doesn't like to lead. I can't tell, Freddie. I can't tell if we're catching these guys. It looks like we are. Just barely. Okay. Well, I'll try to stay as tight in your draft as I can here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so I can't... This car will be good in the draft, but it's not going to lead.
.06. That's why I like practice races.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I got turned.
Now, how high can we go on gears with the Camaro?
As far as tall, I said 350. We can go to 360 if it works. But this one I think
330 is what I just
I
ran.
have just enough power, don't you dare touch it.
Okay.
No, it's not power. We'll probably have to add arrow to it because you're
340,
that thing's way too
I'm at
slippery.
350.
For the 15 GT.
Bump it up, Makoto. Why don't you bump it up to 190 on this one? The rear arrow to 190.
Go to 340 again, and let's run again like that. Tandem and see if you stole red line. What?
Love you. Anyways,
Back at you, brother.
10.1%, I think.
Oh, I think you said Steve.
571 divided
the
by.
second time I said King.
Oh, okay. Either way, man.
What's the PP supposed to be at for the 15 GT? Is it 701.98?
Yeah, something like that. Yep.
With 567 horse?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Alright. Have you already got a number for the transmission on that?
Well, 330 on I would try that one. That's a completely different engine, so I would probably try that one at 330 and see what it does.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you on that. Yeah, try it out. Give it a whirl. See if it'll hold in the draft. This engine is really draggy. I'm figuring out that the reason this car is slower than the other ones is because it's really the body is they've got it really I don't know what you call it, assimilated or simulated as being really high drag. And that's why the car is because everything we've tested, I've figured out is showing that. Because when I was out in front of Freddie, he could push me, but it wasn't really gaining. But when I got behind him, we were going a lot faster. So it'll draft very well.
Can I make my own 4C or 8C? My shit's like not even going past like 195.
My PP's in my hand while I drive. Why isn't yours there? That's just weird.
The what is it?
Oh, Steve seen what I was talking about there.
PP is
Somebody
supposed
was
to be
chatting about PP's in the pants. PP's in my hand.
All right, let's just review real quick. Does everybody got their arrow at 90 and 180? Except for Makoto, who needs to make that 190 on the rear now. And Makoto, would you verify?
90 and 180, yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
All right.
90, 180 on the downforce?
Yes.
If this doesn't work, then I'm just gonna sell this and buy another one.
Okay.
I guess.
Damn, this thing at 6 gears only getting
I'm running at 90. I'm running at 90 output, so my horsepower will be 555, but my torque will be 385.
The horsepower is supposed to. Well, the 8C should be at 515, just like the other ones when we get it set right. So yeah, if you want to either keep that one for a challenge car, and unrestrict it, you might be able. That might be a fun car to run for challenges too.
Yeah. So it's just 704. I'm just gonna run this or see.
Okay.
I want to see fucking.
I'll run the Gran Turismo. I might have to shut down and go wide body my Gran Turismo. I don't know how I missed that when I was building it. I swore I did, but it's not showing a wide body on it.
You said it's the same engine as this?
They're basically the same engine, yeah, but keep in mind the HC's built as a sport car, basically like a quasi Ferrari, and the Gran Turismo.
Can you put a wide body on the Maserati?
Yeah, should be able to.
You could put a wide body on a Hellcat or a Viper.
There's only a few cars, and it's usually the tuner cars you can't put a wide body
the
on.
ones that are professionally tuned.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, has everybody got their settings? You ready to try to give it another shot here?
Sure.
All right, let's go for it. Might as well get paid for our practice, huh?
Yeah. We got a wide range of cars in here, too.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that'll be a nice test here.
But we cannot get Makoto out of that AMG.
Yeah, I screwed this car up bad.
So both the Mustangs seem like pigs.
They're just really draggy. They really are.
And I'm not a Mustang fan, but that's one sentence you would never hear is a Mustang being a pig. It's a goddamn boat out here.
And again, that's how they got the body done.
How many pedestrians have you run over?
17, I think. No, it's 14. Yeah, it was 14.
Okay.
All right, just stay. Whoever's driving that other Mustang, stay in the draft. And you want to shift it. Looking at the curve, you want to shift it about 8,000, a little bit over 8,000 on that one.
I go based off my steering wheel.
Go around me. I'm going to drop back for Keith.
Oh, Team Camaro, huh?
Yep, we have orders even in practice.
Steve, my car, I don't know if you does, my car wants to nosedive until the tires get warm.
Alright, you want me to lead?
See if we can pass this fucking,
You got it too low, maybe, Keith?
What's that?
You maybe got it too low and it's bounding on the track?
Yeah, what do you
you
have
know,
your-
it's possible. But see,
Whatever
once
you're
the
right
tires, once the tires get warm, I don't have that problem anymore.
Yeah, and I think that was the same thing with the RC when it was too low and bounding up.
boy, you would think. Ah, fuck.
Alright, 340 might be a little too low still.
Yeah.
206 coming down the back there.
Oh, I went down.
I need to
No,
go
you're
down
good.
one more notch on this thing. You like my advanced prototype? Advanced
Hug the
research
bottom.
prototype?
That's where I'm staying.
It's really hard to stay in drafts in these cars.
Yeah.
In the corners.
Yeah, especially when there's like net coding issues,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
because then we're bouncing. I'm trying to give y'all just enough space, but then I lose out on all drafts when I'm trying to see what this car's going to do in the draft.
Jesus Christ. Everybody's just blowing by me.
Get moving.
I'm not blowing
Thank you.
weirdo.
Thank you,
shit.
Steve.
Dang, there's a wall.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
realize that. I was trying to see if there was two. I'm not used to running non-VR, so it's a little bit of an adjustment.
Yeah, dude, it fucks with me every time.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Yeah, he's slumming it with the rest of us in normal view.
Well, I about puked last time I did VR, because where it's been so long, dude,
I have never had a problem. The only time I had a problem was one time playing that Star Wars Edge of Galaxy game.
Yeah.
After I was fine doing it, but then after I was done, when I sat down, I was like, "Ooh, ooh."
Well, I just get motion sick anyways, so that's why it's kind of rough for me.
I used to not do rides because I got sick really bad one time and just spewed a lot after we got home, and when I was younger, and then I just wouldn't do rides for a long time. Like, no, but man, I love it now, but nobody ever wants to go. I'm gonna do the Rusty Wallace Racing Experience. Started up at Madison International. It's a half mile up in Madison, and I'm gonna do that this spring, hopefully.
Shit.
Hmm.
I thought Freddie was going to go the outside. I was going to go with him.
Where did you get your boost of speed at?
Huh? Your draft?
Oh my god, dude! You absolutely
These cars will not
ran
lead.
it.
I'm telling you, these cars are never going to lead. They're going to be like the Toyotas at Daytona. They're going to race really well, but they aren't going to frickin' lead at all.
Yeah, because I only did a 45-4 outside of the draft in that last lap, but you also pushed me, so it's about a 45 or something.
Well, since we don't have to qualify in these, there's no real reason to try to get them sorted out for mock qualifying runs. So, but I mentioned you guys Wednesday night I'll have an earlier practice for the Craftsman trucks, and we're going to do just the Tundra. So we're going to unrestrict that thing as much as possible, so we can have some fun, baby. Drop them to the ground and see if we can get those suckers going through there. Those were fun. Remember how fun those were? Because those things have so much drag. You have to be pushing.
God.
All right, I'm going to jump in. That Mustang is okay in the draft, so I think we can leave it where it's at right now if somebody wants to drive it and run it in the draft. It does really well.
They were
Sucking
away
up.
from us, even with us drafting each other.
Yeah, but I didn't get to you until last because I hit the wall there that one time, and it dropped me down 20 miles an hour, and everybody was gone by then. But I think still 310 on the gear on that might work better, so I'm going to leave my control number at 310. Change cars here. I'm going to run the Gran Turismo without the wide body. I don't know why that's not wide body. It's still puzzling my mind. Because every one of these cars, when I built them, I built the wide body first, so I must have either exited out when I thought I entered it or something. But we'll run it and see what it does here. Again, this one requires 4 weight reduction. This is a heavy fucker, man. 4 weight restrictions. We'll start at 330. That's right in the middle. 515, 420 pound-feet. Or foot-pounds, I guess. This is a very expensive race car. You guys want to start?
I'm ready whenever.
You guys all ready? Okay. All right, here we go.
Yeah, and as usual, I'm done for the night.
Okay, no problem, Keith. Again, Wednesday night I'll probably try to get on about 7 Central for our trucks practice, and we'll just do that the one time and see what we get out of them, and we should be all set. And then Thursday we'll do our final practice for this race. So I'll try to run another one tomorrow night too, and we can tweak these settings some more.
Yeah.
This car looks badass, I will say that.
Alright, y'all have a good night, guys.
Alright, see you, Keith.
Bye, Keith.
Later.
Ooh, that's way too much gear for this car. Or, I mean, too little gear, I guess. Too tall. I'm just now starting to show red. At 190. What gear are you running on that one, Demon?
I think just 310.
Oh, that's probably too little for the Camaro. What have you been running, Steve? Like 340, right?
That's what I'm on right now, but I think 350.
I think you guys were saying 350 was ideal.
340 is good if you're not running in the draft.
Mm-hmm, okay.
If you're in the draft, then it red lines me out. I get about 3 miles an hour more at 350.
Yeah. What was that? Somebody said something. I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had all the gusto and then it just disappeared.
Yeah, I think he's running way too low of a gear, so.
I think I was doing better by pushing.
He hit the edge of the power band probably.
Yeah. Now if I'm in the draft though, I just absolutely just run right up on y'all's ass.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a short gear, but then you're gonna lose it when you're out front.
Ooh! Makoto just lost it in the straightaway. I don't know if he blew a tire or what.
Blew a seal.
He's running it too low. Car handles well. This is going to be kind of one of those middle-of-the-road cars, I think. It'll do.
I'm not going to catch that Lexus either.
Yeah, you are.
Don't slow down on my count.
Wow. How many points? How many points do I get?
All of them.
I'm downshifting a little.
Ah.
Does that thing have 7 gears?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I jumped down into 5th just to scrub a little speed so we could have some fun here.
Wow.
Boy, this thing sucks up really good. I don't think we're going to catch him though, Freddy. Oh, you want me to go in front? Okay. Alright, I'll stay down low. That should be able to... I need to get this thing wide-bodied.
You got me!
Yeah. Whoa, what was that?
Oh, I had a little spin.
Oh.
Yeah, y'all's pulling away from me in that setup.
We got to get him out of that fucking SLS.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to... Wait, yeah, he can't be running 43s. We're going to have to drag him down. We may have to put 10 more aero on the front of that thing, too, to try to drag it. I'm sure it's going to handle fine regardless.
Is he pulling away from you, Freddy?
Yeah, it could have been a lag spike or something.
Okay, I have a confession to make in front of race control and God and everybody.
What's that?
I cheated that race. I adjusted my downforce a lot lower, and I adjusted my power up higher just to see if I could hang with Makoto. I still could not catch him in the draft until he hit the wall.
His car's too fast.
I had mine up to 529 horsepower, and my downforce at 150 and 68.
Okay.
King, you know how you get Makoto?
How's that? Hmm?
I let go of
my
wheel.
I let go of my wheel. Oh, is that what it was? Did the little shake thing?
That's racing 101 right there. It's a long straightaway. I don't need to steer. Fuck it.
So I totally cheated, and I still couldn't catch him.
Alright, I'm gonna drag this thing way down and see if I can see what it does here. So I'm gonna go 200.
Well, how much horsepower is that thing running at?
515. No, let's try to keep those the same if we can.
I whip up my calculator so fast.
Makoto, what were you running? What were you running for? What were you running for gear on that?
Okay.
Okay, that actually gave me more PP points. So okay, there we go. 200 on the back, 90 on the front. Let's go 95 on the front. See what that does.
Such big grown.
I know, aren't we big grown baby boys? Somebody says PP and
I laughing.
I'm 58 going on 8.
Head wide open. I'm like, oh, I'll
no regrets.
No worries.
No regrets.
You say PP and I'm like,
no regrets.
Makoto, make sure you got your ballast all the way to the front on that too, because it brings the PP points down.
Well, that's why men are more happy than women in general, because we never grow up.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. That's also why they make good mothers.
Yep, 96 and 200. Okay, I'm gonna try that. 96. Let's do 96 and.
Okay, my car is back legal now.
All right. All right, Steve, what do you want to run? You want to run a bone marrow again?
I am gonna try the BMW.
Okay.
Just for shits and giggles.
Freddie, what you running gear on that BMW? Oh, you did. Okay. That thing winds out pretty good on 310. I think Zippy and I were running that last night, and 310 is pretty good for that one. It's going to run a lot of RPMs, yeah, but... Sure, okay.
What's your horsepower on it?
The BMW should be like 517, I think. I think.
Yeah,
and 2,824 pounds. What about downforce for it?
Just keep that at the 98, 180.
Damn, that's almost all the downforce in the front of this thing.
Man, it like tops out at like 197 at 310 though.
Though at the Camaro?
No, the BMW.
No, I was running that thing at like 211 at 310 last night.
Me, JT, and Judge were running. They couldn't get over 200.
Oh, probably. You know what? It's probably because of the increased drag on that. You're right. So it's not going all the way. It's not going all the way up on 310, or is it?
Yeah, 310. It stays right at the top of fifth.
Does it?
Yeah.
All right, try 300 on that with that higher restriction on it then. Let's try that. Okay. Yep, we need to figure them out, so. Alright, who is ready to go? Is everybody ready to go?
Ready. Give me 15 seconds.
Okay, no problem.
1, 17, 11,
92,
4,
47, 32, 80.
Time's up. That probably just gave him so much anxiety to hurry up.
Good?
And
yeah.
Okay, here we go.
You obviously do not know me if you thought that gave me anxiety.
Well, you can't get anxiety if you're already built with it, right?
You can't get it once you're retired. You can't get it.
That's not true, because I'm theoretically retired, and I still fucking get it.
Okay, if you put 40 years in the building trades, you can't get it.
Well, some of us rather go get shot at.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm not saying. I'm just saying that.
I'm just picking, man.
Oh, I know.
You gotta look up to the older generation, man.
I'm just saying I've heard it all. The champ is here. So did Mikado do anything to that car this time?
I told him to run it at and I'm running it at a higher drag. Trying to give you a nudge here.
One too, King?
I am too, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. If I had a rearview mirror, I could see that. But
I have like a quarter of a rearview mirror when I'm out.
Oh, it's got 7 speeds. Holy shit.
Jesus. Y'all going high funks me up bad.
whoa. So I got 3 to choose from in front of me. Who am I going to push?
Me, choose me, choose me.
Pick me, pick me.
Well, let's see.
Pick me.
Yeah, pull with Keith. Pull with Steve on the Camaro. I'm trying to say Camaro and Steve at the same time.
King and Steve
It's
are
the
race
Marrow.
control, so I'm probably going to favor them.
Hey, race control. I got a Wii.
Just go, man.
Why the fuck am I not able to catch y'all?
This
Well, 'cause
car's
we're
still way
just-
too fast.
Because we're
Oh
just
shit!
that
Oh,
good.
well, not gonna be a fight. I took him out.
Took out the leader. You know, that's what you get for that shit.
Hey there, Graham. Don't be taking me out, man, intentionally. Oh, that was a fun slide. I'm just constant. Oh, I just nosed it into the wall. That was fun, though.
Days of thunder there, boy.
Dude, I thought I did a power move there with my mind. I'm like, he's gonna slide back down by the time I get to him. Nope. You were sucked up against the wall, and I literally ran.
No, it's gonna be impossible to get going here on this slope.
Well, I'm just going to ride high the entire way. Freddie might catch me.
Well, this will be good to see what this thing will do by itself here.
Okay, I'm going to downshift to 6th. 5th.
What are you in, King?
SLS.
I don't want to slow down too much. No, it's cool. They promised me no points. Oop.
At 340, I'm still only hitting like 198.
Yeah, that's gonna be, if you're driving by yourself, that's how it's gonna be. You're just gonna, this thing's still hitting 205 by itself.
Horn blows, does the driver?
Zinga.
Man, there's this goddamn annoying ass Camaro behind me. How did you catch me? Are you running 350 or 340? Wait, is that King or is that fucking Steve? Who is that?
I'm
back
running
here,
6th, so.
So who's behind me pushing? Oh, it's Makoto.
Are you waiting for me, Steve?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When I get to you, I'm gonna just slightly lift so we don't damage our cars here.
Well, you can go on by.
Oh, well.
Let's see if I can hang in your draft here a little bit with this higher gearing.
I'm lifting on the throttle, and see, I don't see this in VR. I'm lifting on the throttle, and it's not even registering because I'm at like 70% or whatever on my calibration. So there, now that lifted and went almost halfway in like a quarter of an inch. Yeah, boy, no wonder I have such problem modulating my throttle. Might as well be using a button. Alright, so this SLS is too fast, or we might have to do a combination here. All right, let's try. Let me take a look at these settings and see if we can mess around with this. This one I got at 202. Let's go right to the middle and see what that is. 205.
Did you take power out of it on that last one, last adjustment, or just?
I'm not going to take any power out. We're going to try aero if we can. 96. If I add more, I think it's going to go up. Nope, that's still 9,800. What am I going to be? 99. Ooh, oh my gosh, 717 on the dot. 212. 101. No, 2. Nope, it's going to be 101. Okay, 101 and 212 on the drag. And we're going to do it. Makoto, if you can hear me, go down to 340 on the gear and 101 and 212 on the arrow. Everybody else drop 10 on your rear arrow. If you can. What is it? What is that? What is it at? 180? 170?
Yeah.
Let's try 170. Everybody else on the arrow, except the Mercedes.
Okay.
This is why I wanted a baseline, so we can just move the car that's the meta car higher, and then 101 and 212, Makoto. That should get you at like 616.97 or 87. If you go to 102, it's going to give you be over this 216.87, and then 340 on the gear. We're probably going to have to limit this thing on its gear because it's buffed. It's boosted. Or we may go and let the Camaro add 616.87. Yep. The max is 717. So the room max. So as long as we can keep under that and drag this thing down, we should be better off. $715. I'm not sure. Maybe because my car's newer. Maybe, I don't know.
No, Makoto, you're thinking of Hisser cars. The PP limit was 616.
Yeah. Yep. Hisser 616. These are 717.
I swear to God, he said pisser again.
Make sure to move your ballast all the way to the negative 50. Okay, that might help because that's going to increase your. It's brand new too. Okay, mine was brand new as well. Okay, what you got? What you running on that for specs, Demon?
Does it fully maxed out because it doesn't even hit over 505 horsepower. And the arrow is 90, 170 because you just told him.
Yep.
And the weight's 28, 24.
Okay, cool. Okay, all right. Then let's.
I just wanted to test against it, see what the.
Yeah, no problem. No, and I appreciate you doing that because the nice thing about some of the hissers is you can just change the trans and change the brakes and you got yourself a cup car. So and change the sliders. So that'll be actually pretty cool for some of these cars.
Yeah, I was curious to see how it'd stack up against the Cups cars.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready? Everybody ready? Everybody else what?
Yep.
Okay. All right, here we go. Let's fire it off.
Now I can get closer too with the parts added to it because this doesn't have the bore up, the stroke up, or anything like that.
The only thing I would have you probably add on that would be the racing crankshaft.
Yeah.
Okay, that way.
Get a little bit better.
That way we're all running the racing crankshaft up to the Camaro, and I may have the Camaro add the racing crankshaft, but I don't want to mess with the Camaro because it still seems pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
We just need to drag this Mercedes down a little bit. Advanced research prototype. I like that. When I was just looking for a prototype decal, and I'm like, ooh, that's very sexy. That's a very sexy sounding prototype.
I do have my gear set to 350. That's the only thing.
Oh, okay.
Changed.
Nah, you got a lot of torque in that thing still. What's it running for torque? 500?
I didn't check. It should be up to like about 450, 470 somewhere.
I thought those V10s were more torque than horsepower anyway.
Yeah. Well, this one, I think it was 540 naturally aspirated from the showroom. So yeah, it might be 560 or something like that. Maybe. I don't know. I have to look again. It's been a while since
All right, I gave him a nudge. Now I'm going to see if I can give you a nudge there, JT. Let's see what we can do here.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, this thing's still, I think it needs less gear.
Because
I'm just right at their, not in their draft, but I am catching them. I was just curiously. He's like, you want to back off? Yeah, because I looked back and I just left you, didn't I? Yeah, first through third, there's not a car that pulls like this thing. It's when I start getting in the higher gears where it kind of just slowly creeps up there.
disaster's coming.
Come here, Makoto.
This thing's still pulling too much.
No, he's not. I'm catching his ass. I'm 43-3. Oh, who's fucking pulling me there? Oh, it's King. I was like, holy fuck. Yeah, pull me up there. Let me get on his bumper. Let me show him what the white sticky's like. Y'all are pulling me. They are absolutely pulling me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still got too much. We're going to have to really drag this thing down more.
No, you're pulling him. I'm catching him. But I just can't keep up with you.
Yeah, but I got in his draft and just sucked up and did a nice little slingshot around him.
Oh, okay. So when you got ahead of him, you started to pull off. I see it now.
It's kind of hard to tell with the draft what all these cars are capable of. Like,
right.
It'd be good to know a baseline. What, with no wind or whatever, just so everything's equal, what is the top lap time for each car?
Yeah.
We could turn off slip just to see while we're in the practice lobby.
Oh, it reset me, the bastard.
Oh, oh no. And there's no ghosting. Where is he?
No, I'm back here. I'm way back here. I'm on the back stretch.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
I was trying to move over and let everybody by and see how fast I could pull up on people, but I should have just went high and done it. Yeah, these are only like 4-minute races, so.
yeah, it don't matter. Well, that's why when somebody yesterday was asking about, I forgot who was asking about going below the yellow line, I said, well, be careful, you'll get reset.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was Logan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah.
It might be different on the road course versus the oval for resetting, but...
Yeah. Yeah, it'll reset you here in a hurry.
That's with the gear set all the way to 350. I bet you if I put that thing down to 320, 330, it's going to keep pulling. Because I wasn't even topping out in 6.
Yeah, that Viper's got some...
Yeah, that's one of the reasons we... That's one of the reasons we had, is it's too much again, just like this thing, so...
Get in here, Zip.
Hop in, Zip. Alright, I'm gonna go...
Just doesn't feel the same if he's not around me.
Yeah, but if I take and put aero on this, because I'm at the 9170 right now with it. If I put aero on this thing, it absolutely eats this car's speed up. Because I'm only at 696 pp.
I need to go make some money.
Yeah, it's 508 horsepower with 536 foot-pound.
Rear aero drag.
Yeah, but that thing, I had to stay in your draft or else you were going to pull on me too. If I didn't stay with you.
Was it pulling?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys caught me without... We went 3 wide in the tri-oval. You guys caught me and I had no draft. I was running by myself.
Makoto, do you have the racing crankshaft in this thing and then it restricted to 79? In the SLS? I think that might be why you're different than me. Now again, I went up. I want you to stay at the same number, Makoto, on the arrow. I'm going to 101 and 232. This thing's definitely going to be stable.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
What's our new downforce numbers? I'm gonna try the M3 again. It's 70 or 80. Oh wait.
We dropped it down 10. So.
90 and 170. Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And
in fact, why don't you guys everybody else go to 85 170? Except for there's only one car you're not going to be able to do that, and that's this one. So I think this is the one that had the 90 limit. So go 85 170, so it's exactly double again. Let's try that. I think this is the one, if I'm not mistaken. This is the one with the 90. That's why I had... Yep, this is the one with 90. So, yeah, you guys can go back to... what was it before? 70 and...
It was 90 and 170. Now you're 85 and 170.
Go 80 160. Let's try that. Let's see if those cars can pick it up. We may... Because I'm having trouble slowing this thing down, so...
Okay.
I'm going to go to 330 on the gear. We might have to limit the gear on this thing, too. Okay, 71680. That's still under the limit. All right. Makoto, keep your settings where they were, please. I want to see if I'm slower than you with these additional drag.
I'm at 694 pp in the BMW.
Yeah, it's got a pretty low PP, but I think that's all due to the torque. I know. It's just impossible. It is impossible.
Yeah, you just can't.
It's not. Why do you think I didn't call those participation points? you get your PP if you don't race with us. No, ain't no stop. I might have to outlaw this thing, so you better be happy we're working with it. Otherwise, it's just going to get plain outlawed, and you'll be stuck back in Lexus or something. Yeah.
I'll just have to wreck him every lap. That'll be out of... Yeah, I'll have to wreck him off course every time he goes past me.
That's the only way you're going to pry him out of that car is if you outlaw it.
I'm going to go reset all these cars into the better settings.
He's absolutely banished my car, and I always find a way to pull it out of the practice.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's not a V8, so it doesn't count. That's automatically. So we said 80 and 160. Yeah, you're going to run it with 2 plugs pulled? 2 coil packs off?
Well, you mean 8 plugs.
What?
The old school V10 ran 2 plugs.
Oh, did it really? Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know it ran a 2-plug per cylinder one. Okay, BMW 80 160.
I'm an idiot. That would have been still 4 plugs, not 8.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I was trying to get down to V6
I didn't even notice it.
I can't maths.
All right, so we're now down to 80 and 160. That should pick up the pace on these other cars quite a bit.
I think this BMW is still going to be too fucking slow, but I'll try it.
PPN plugs elbow, no.
On the BMW? Okay.
Is that eating up the fuel a lot, though? Fuel mapping.
Good idea. Good idea, yeah.
Because when we started, Keith said that the suggestion was 310, and that was just too low. That fucker didn't even it barely made 8 laps. Right.
Yeah, he wants the longer PP.
Right.
I gotcha. That's a good idea. Yep.
Well, okay. Here, help me out here. Once you're up to top speed, I mean, whether you're at 350 or 320, it's still going to reach that same top speed, right? You're just going to suck less gas. Your RPMs will be lower.
Yeah, but you'll get to that top speed slower.
Well, that's true, but
So
like he says, if you can be in a draft and get up to it, I think I'd rather have a higher. I'd rather have 350 than. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because you're only going to have to accelerate on cautions, or, green flags and stage starts.
Right,
so.
Ideally.
think Steve said they were doing 350 on the Camaro. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, 350. Okay. So Chevrolet, then Ford. I'll do the GT.
So you're not even using 6th gear? Okay. I couldn't even hit. Think I was topping out at 197 when we had it set to 310.
Alright, let's see. So Mustang and Route C, Lexus. I wish I would have done my damn Maserati right. Whoop. Every time I change it, I gotta go change all my control cars.
Well, just wait till you have 80 of these cars to choose
No,
from.
I ain't gonna, no, this is about it. The Super Cup cars we're gonna have a lot of, because there's a lot of cars in that can get to that category with some. You'll be able to bolt on superchargers, turbochargers, because they're Super Cup means super turbocharged. So. Those will be fun. Those are gonna be a frickin'. They're gonna be a ride and a challenge to drive.
Hey, go watch my videos of the Demon. I can drive that thing like a fucking fine-tooth comb.
Yeah, I realized that, I told you guys while I was racing, I lifted off the throttle and it wasn't doing anything, so I'm going to have to try to tweak the edge of the limits on my throttle here. Make sure I can get full throttle and have some modulation, because, I was pulling off half the throttle and it wasn't doing anything. I can't see that in VR, that it's not doing anything. Alright, let's see, next thing up, the Crown. 80, 160. And 330 is a good number on that one, I think. Alright, I'm going to switch back to the SLS and try running it with a lot of drag on it here. Alright, you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so I am running this time for control. 101 and 232 on the gear, or on the arrow, and I'm running the gear at 330, so let's see what that does. Alright, here we go.
Yeah, 45.5, is that what you were saying?
Without draft?
Okay, and the BMW I just hit a 45.5 with no draft. Oh, yeah, I know.
You want to stay on the yellow line for time trials?
Or below it for the,
yeah, for that spaceship thing or whatever the heck it is.
1 pixel away from the bottom.
That was a good bump there Makoto gave to Steve there.
Mm-hmm.
well, in 5th, I'm maxing out in 5th. It's, well, shit, I'm losing speed in 6th now.
Hey, this is a lot better, I think. I'm not just blowing by the Camaro here. Makoto, door slamming me.
He's like trying to kill my car. Yeah, I'm catching it. I mean, I'm not in their slip. I'm still 1.1, but...
Good, I think this is dragging down a little bit. When I pull out, I can't just blow by you guys, so that's about where we're going to want it, I think. Little slingshot try here. Yeah, now I gave him a bump. That's good. That's good. That's what we want. We don't want this thing just to be able to just pull out and pull away. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ooh.
Yeah.
Pushed me into the wall. I think I took Makoto out. Sorry, buddy. I was trying to get down behind you for the draft.
Right.
King absolutely murdered me. He heard I was coming. He got
But
scared.
even when I hit 200, if I go to 6th, then it fucking drops me.
Now, see if we can hang with me here in the corner, Steve.
Yep.
That's what I'm hoping we will be able to do here.
Oh no, that was Makoto that went for a ride.
No, that was me. I
King.
door slammed Makoto there. Now, see, this thing's still pulled away too easily. I have to really drag.
What I'm doing the draft here.
Okay, I'll keep it nice and straight, kind of in the middle and low in the corner.
Now if you're pulling on me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shouldn't be happening. We're gonna...
702, 713, 740, 770.
Yeah, I'm at 205 by myself. And that's about
201
max.
by myself.
That's about max. So, okay, this thing needs to be drugged down more. And that's at 330. I think 330 is a good number for this thing with more drag. So, yeah, I'm gonna fix it somewhere. I'm gonna jump it pretty high here this time. It should drag the PP number down too on it. So.
See, my numbers match Steve right now. Speed and all that he was running, I was matching him.
I can't make that Camaro any faster than what it is.
I'm thinking about having you add the racing crankshaft. I might do it on my prototype and run it. And then restrict it, seeing if it helps.
Yeah, what if we, instead of bringing the Mercedes down, we brought some cars up to it? I don't know.
Well, the Mercedes is still a meta. We need to... I want to keep dragging it down. If the other cars seem fairly equal, so... let me keep messing with this. We got a few more days here to get this sorted out anyway, so...
Okay.
I really... If we can get the other cars running together, then let's just slow this one down.
You keep going, Makoto's gonna unfriend you.
Makoto, stay with it. We'll get our cars in there.
I just can't do this BMW. This thing is just a
Oh, it's
fucking...
okay.
It's a slow as
Already
fuck.
done.
I have a feeling there's a
Already
very,
done.
very mean-sounding decal that's being made for race control right now.
Well, if in doubt, I'll make one hell of a sexy-looking flag car.
That's still too much. Shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, you
speaking
want a
of stickers,
decal, King?
Makoto-
I got one for you.
Yeah, Makoto, speaking of that, you make me one, bud? I needs one. I'm tired of doing it all single letter at a time. Jeez. This is family setting. See, I have all the stuff needed to do it, and I know how to upload it and all that, but I'm just not artistically capable. I make dumb looking shit. I mean, look at the poop-colored Viper.
Poop-colored Viper.
It was not a great design. It has great stickers on it. Actually, I don't even think I was the one that designed this. I think I had somebody else that wanted to design one for me. I don't know.
If that's what you end up running and you need a
Oh, I'm gonna update my brand new.
you need a livery for it. I made a really badass voodoo Viper livery for Eric a while back.
Keep the front downforce. Fuck it. I'm putting it right in the middle.
Yeah, if you want one or if you need one, let me know.
Yeah. I have one, but I can't run it because of some of the graphics that are on it. Demon is unfiltered. On a side note, I did have a lot of fun today. When I seen y'all was racing, I was like, you know, it's Monday, I'm sitting at the house. Might as well do something productive, so I went out there and got on the Mini, and yeah, I tore down a bunch of fucking trees and brush, and it was kind of fun.
Okay, I got all you guys at 80 and 160, right?
For downforce?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Let me double check that.
I think it's 80 and 160. Okay, Makoto, if you can hear me,
Okay.
switch to 160 and 320. That gets me under the 717. And then 330 on the gear, I think is going to be good. It'll still pull. This car engine's got tons of pull.
How much torque does that thing have?
467.
All of it.
That's crazy, because I'm 536.
On the Viper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But only 500 horsepower.
Yeah, those engines always had more torque than horsepower.
Well, yeah, but still, that's crazy. You're pulling like that with fucking...
I know, and it's again, we're trying to, this stupid game, I know. The Mustang makes no frickin' sense. I got it running
It's
10% more horsepower.
Of course it's fast.
Oh, yeah. Anything
It's
Japanese
faster
or
than all your fancy boys.
There it is.
So Makoto, just make sure, just basically double the arrow on what the other cars have at 160 and 320.
How
That's
much
still
down?
160 on the front, 320 on the rear.
What about the other cars you said were taking them down again?
No, we're just going to stay at 80 and 160. That way this car will be double the downforce, and see if that makes it. We'll see if I want this car at this number to be not pulling up on people as easily.
116, 320.
No, 160320, so double of what the other cars are. The other cars are at 80 and 160 now. We're going to double that. So 160 and 320. That'll get you to, should be at 716.29.
Is somebody talking?
And your left arm out the window.
Yeah. Hey, did you guys all see that glove that Joey Logano had at where was that, at Atlanta? He had a web on it.
16.19.
Oh yeah, you're a little bit low because you don't have the racing crankshaft. So yeah, that should work. All right, you guys ready? Everybody in the car they want to be? Okay, here we go. Let's see what we can do here. I'm hoping this will help balance it out. If not, if it gets too little, then we can start taking some out of it.
20 gear.
I put 330 on it, bud.
10 is the uglier one, but it might do better.
Yeah, I never liked that one.
And the 13 by far is the prettiest.
Oh, yeah, I love that one. I know that's.
98 to 02 is not a bad one at all.
I love how it looks like a snake in the front. The lights look like eyes.
This one looks like the Crimson Chin in the front. The 02 does.
Yeah.
Crimson Chin.
It's gonna pull good through the gears, but. And it should still draft the same. Oh, GT, let me in.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll just see if I can hang with you.
Yep, there you go. It's gonna be good in the draft no matter what, but.
Well, earlier Makoto was just driving
Driving
away
by
from me,
everybody,
but
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was a half a second off and then did not catch him for 10 laps.
Yep. All right, Makoto, go out and try to. I'm gonna stay high. Why don't you try to see if you can make a pass there, bud?
Ooh, they are side by side.
I know.
Yep, that's what we
And
want.
I can't catch it till I pass you.
I tried not to bump anybody, but I think I bumped Makoto there a little bit. Ah!
Hold on. I want to see.
Hey, we might have paired him up a little bit here. Because I'm right next to you, right, JT, down the straightaway here? You got the draft you're pulling? That's about what we want. Oops, oh, didn't see you coming there.
Boy, this thing does not
Yeah, that
like
thing's
the
way
apron.
too fucking fast.
It's only fast because of something that I've done. Alright? It wasn't
Oh.
fast last time.
Do you want him to allow this car or not?
This thing only hits 201.
At this point, I'm not allowing the Viper, but we'll try. We'll keep trying it. Again, it's V8 naturally aspirated. It's not a V8.
Well, you know what? Yeah.
There, take that.
Yeah.
Take that in your facts and smoke it.
Yeah, Mercedes boys, let him know.
Let's see if we can go get him here, Makoto.
Tell him
Seems like we're pretty good here. I don't know.
Keep going. Come on, you gentlemen. Speak. Oh, this thing tucks really nice into your ass.
Well, thank you.
I'm like pushing the shit out of you right now. But if I get out of the draft, I'm gonna lose.
Even with the bump, we're struggling a little bit, so.
Well, that's what happens when you tuck it under the ass.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull you.
Ooh,
Yeah,
man, I just
right
pushed
by
myself
me.
right into the wall there.
You're gonna pull me first. Oh, you left me hanging, you bitch!
I don't go high. I play too much NASCAR. I never stay high.
Inside, JT?
I played a ton of NASCAR.
Yeah, me
back
too.
in the day.
Yeah, I love doing that. It like slams the door on people when you do it. Oh damn, y'all was catching.
Like about a 5-year span, that's all I did was go down to the Mall of America every, like, 2 or 3 times a week and do the NASCAR sims down there.
Yeah. I've only seen one actual NASCAR in person. I'm just not a fan of it.
Yeah.
I think it's because when I was growing up, I seen the OG
Inside,
NASCAR.
Makoto? Ah, I tried to stay
It was
below the
kinda
line.
Nice. And then when I
Well, it
started
was-
growing up and getting into it, it kind of got shitty.
It was a blast as a video game. I mean, what they had where I used to go was they had 12 simulators. They were all a
Wow, that was
3/4
close.
scale actual NASCAR on hydraulics with a big screen in front.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I
Now
fucking
wait a damn minute. If it's so close and it was good, why are we banning it? Huh?
I'm not banning it yet. I said it that right now it's
Oh.
not legal. So,
Oh, I gotta say-
all right, I
say
want
that.
you to go on that one then, Demon. I want you to go to, what would we split the difference there? What? We're at 80. Let's go 120 on the front and
Yeah.
what are we at? 160. What's in
Yep.
between? 180 on the rear. 180, 120.
The 120, 180.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And see what your number is.
we're gonna ban you.
And the Vi-
We're gonna ban your AMG too.
yeah, man, the AMG and the Viper. Put you guys in the, let you guys drive the fucking
Ban
ambulance.
the Viper, but not him. What? We're supposed to be working together to get an accomplished
We'll do
goal.
what we can here.
Ban the
I
Viper.
am pretty satisfied with where the SLS is right now. So I'm going to jump into the 8C and see. Let's see if that thing can be competitive here. All right, bud.
Later.
Okay, later.
Let's check the settings. I don't think I changed this one. 80 and 160, 84, 330. We'll try 330. I think 330 is a good.
Oh, yeah, everything gets banned. You get a ban. We get a ban.
We all get banned. All right, everybody got their settings adjusted. Steve, how were you? Were you okay able to like pull up on draft there on Demon?
Oh, he was.
Still was pretty
Yeah,
good.
but
Okay.
Asshole.
I wouldn't have been able to go by him without help, though.
Well, that's how
Probably.
it should be. I mean, unless you have an absolute blast run at them, when you pull out into that air, you're going to be slowing down. So that's how it should be. So, all right, let's go ahead and try another one here. Everybody got everything set?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Plus, I can
Yeah,
lose y'all. If
just-
I'm not in slip, I can lose y'all.
Yeah,
You're not,
that's how
you're
it
not
should be.
making a good case for having that car being legal.
What do you mean? No, I'm saying when I'm not in a draft, I get pulled. by you
lose.
guys.
Well,
Oh,
everybody
yeah,
does.
okay,
Everybody
okay.
should, and that's
Gotcha,
why I
gotcha.
slowed the AMG down so much with the drag. So we may take a
thought-
little drag out of it for the race, but
Drag
this-
races down, front switch.
I thought you meant the opposite, that you could pull away from us out of
Oh,
the
no.
draft.
Let me go ahead, like the racing crankshaft and all the same performance adders you guys got, then this thing would be.
no, the Camaro doesn't
Well,
have any, so you're not going to get any performance adders.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Then you wouldn't allow it if that was the case.
Yeah, well, that's the only way I'm going to keep it is it's already got way too much torque, so we're going to have to slow it down a little bit.
Alright, let's let these Mercedes go by here.
There's only one now. I'm in the 8C.
Alright. Oh, okay.
Gee, who could be
Went
the
all high
one?
and professional. He's like, I'm gonna let them go by.
Huh.
We're gonna follow team orders.
Let's take a wild guess who's in the one.
All right, this is not enough gear for this car.
Yeah, I'm losing y'all bad.
I might be able to draft up to him, but it's still not enough gear. I'm only at 195. Oh, there it's picking up in the draft. Oh yeah, you guys went side by side, and all of a sudden I gained 5 horse for 5 mile an hour.
Oh, Bannon, he gained 5 horsepower.
Oh no, this is doing okay actually. Slow to get there, but
Makoto, I'm going to need you to watch Talladega Nights and Days of Thunder before this race on this weekend. Not necessarily in that order.
Oh, I'm barely pulling up to y'all.
yeah, running side by side, you should be picking up some draft. I'm on your outside, Makoto. On your outside, I had to run off the corner there.
Dakota, I'm looking at your butt and it's looking like a draftable spot.
Just wait till he sticks it up under there.
Oh yeah, you're gonna feel it.
Just wait till he tucks it.
That's way too fast.
I'm slingshotting right now. Let me get out inside of the drive here. On the straight up here, I'll pull down beside Steve and watch. That's just literally because I got lucky with all y'all side draft. I'll
This
go
was the
by.
problem running the Viper with the GT3 cars, with the all the other V8s, is that the Viper would just pull up no matter what, and that was something we couldn't control under BOP. That's why we developed these Cup cars, because the Viper was such a fast car. And these cars should be blowing by you with a bump draft. And they're not.
Yeah, they are.
No, it's not blowing by you.
Oh, yes, all 4 of y'all just left me, and besides the wall hit.
You rubbed the wall.
Yo, Steve, was you not already past me before it hit the wall?
Barely, you rubbed the wall.
No.
I got a huge bump from Makoto.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, but it,
All right,
it
we'll
took
restrict
a,
the
it
power,
took a,
because it's non-restricted.
No,
right now.
we're gonna keep the power levels where they're at. So
See, the only
you're
time
gonna
I
have to
y'all-
do a really good job selling me on a 10-cylinder car in a V8 class, which means you're not gonna be able to be pulling up like you're doing. So you're gonna probably have to run the same drag as the AMG at the minimum.
I'm okay with that. Sorry, I'm really fighting the steering wheel right now.
I told you King was probably going to draw a line in the sand on that one.
Yeah, I mean it's the reason is we already had the problem with including it. So
You fucking bump him.
ooh shit.
He's the champ.
Yeah,
We gotta-
he's part of race control, so if I can be on his good graces.
Okay, yeah. I hear you. I'd do the same.
Oh, the big one at the finish.
Who the hell turned me?
Everybody.
I hit
All
my
I see,
e-brake.
see, it's funny he says, who the hell turned me when it was his fucking passenger driver door that was staring me straight in the face when I hit him.
Yeah, no, I hit the emergency brake.
This
Yeah,
car
I
is
did
not
too.
horrible, but I think I need to like, drop the gear down. All right. Okay, so Demon, you were a little too fast yet. What did we set you at? 120 and what was it?
180.
120 and 180. Let's go 140. No, let's go 130 and. Ah, shit. Let me look at what the
I go all the way
SLS
to
is at.
320, so.
You go to 320 on the back.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm at 180 now.
Okay.
Or 185, whatever you had me at.
I set that. I don't have that one in here.
The Makoto, the name for what? Sorry, I'm lost.
Was there a sticker you wanted?
I don't recall. It might have been the one that was not so nice about race control, but I was only kidding.
So then he is too.
I've since deleted that tweet.
Retract. That's crazy because the PPs went up since adding that much downforce.
695. Okay. Yeah. That.
The
Yeah.
movies,
You,
the movies.
the front will add PP. The rear will take away. All right. What did I have you at before? I set you at 120. Did I tell you before on the front?
120 and 180.
120, 180. Okay. Go 130 and no 135 and 170. Or
Hey, King.
I'm sorry, 135 and 270.
King, what did you change the front and down for, or the front and back arrow for the rest of them? I'm sorry.
80
but
and
I'm-
160.
Okay.
80 and 160. Yep.
Unlike Mikado, I'm trying to change cars every race.
I gotcha.
Because we're doing
I appreciate
doing this
that, yeah.
thing we call testing.
Yeah.
We are
Obviously,
testing.
obviously
he's got to dial
already.
his car in.
Yeah, he's made his decision, obviously. But I'm just testing for the benefit of everyone else, too, though. Just so we know. It's not my comp car. He's going to drive this one all practice and then change it up.
Yeah, be 2 seconds faster than something else.
Yeah.
Didn't even know it was possible. He's probably got an eye on the demon right now, because if he jumps in it, then he'd be like, oh, we'll really get it banned. Aren't you, Makoto?
All right. I set
There you
those
go,
same
Makoto, I
settings.
sent 'em to you.
135, 270. Okay. Yeah, this thing has way too much torque.
Oh,
Way
you
too
nerfed me
much.
hard, dude. I can't even hit 190 now.
Nice. Perfect.
You ain't gonna bullshit me because I'm in the same car, bud.
Never mind. Never mind. I just hit six. I forgot that I had a 6 gear.
Oh.
I was just cruising in fifth there, and I was like, man.
Uh-huh.
All right, guys. You want to go ahead and start a race,
shit.
guys? Let's see what it can do here.
Mopar guy forgets the V10 gets 6 gears.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hold on. No. Wait a second. Alright. I wasn't lying. I short shift, so when I finally got into fifth, I let it redline all the way out, but it never redlined. It was just finally hitting the third tick on the RPM band.
Steve's
Oh,
old enough to remember this song. What was that about the Little Nash Rambler? He was racing the Cadillac, and he pulled up alongside him. How do I get this thing out of second gear?
Yeah.
You remember that song?
I do, yeah.
Beep, beep. His horn went beep, beep, beep.
Oh, this doesn't have the racing
got it.
transmission.
I have no idea
Neither
how
have
old
I.
that song is.
That's...
Mine's got the manual, not the racing.
It's got to be from the 60s.
That's what I was thinking.
When you're pulling up through first to fourth,
Whoa, I got this
Alright,
thing way
Makoto.
too low.
yeah.
I'm topped out at 171.
What'd you
gonna go out
turn
and-
it to? What'd you turn
I
it to?
didn't, so I didn't change it. I just did the other stuff, so it's probably at
Yeah, he did.
250.
It's probably lower than that. I think it's stock like 230.
260.
Oh, 260? Yeah, see, I knew it was somewhere in there.
I'm like, oh, something's going on here. I'm already in 6th gear, and it's redlining at 170. Okay.
Alright, Makoto, I'm gonna see if this pole will let me go by you or at least get up to you.
I should be able
Yeah,
to.
it sure will.
All right.
If I can get.
I think I might have a solution to this too.
Yep, I'm gaining on him a little bit. What car are you trying to mess with, King?
Viper.
Oh,
My baby.
my baby. That's my baby.
I'm actively every day on Facebook Marketplace, used car lots, looking for Vipers every day. And as soon as I find the right deal for the right body, I'm buying one. And that thing is going to be treated better than me. It's going to get ice cream every night before bed. It's going to get a wheel waxing. It's going to get its bonnet rubbed. Might even give it a baby.
I'll tell you what, this is it right here.
Nice even, I know.
I think you've got the Mercedes locked in.
Yeah. Because he needed a draft to get by you. Now.
Yeah.
I can't catch him.
But now I can.
Yeah, you got stuck behind me. They're
go by him.
You guys, you'll get a little side draft there, Steve. Once they get past your A pillar. Yeah.
I lifted so that I could get. Let me see if I can catch back up here. Don't push him, Steve. I want to catch you guys.
I'm not.
All right. Just getting a little suck, getting a little sniff.
Smells good. Fermented cheese, baby.
I'm catching you guys ever so slowly. Unless Makoto pushes you, then I won't.
Nah, go by. If you get to me, go by. Take him with you. Or stay in there with me, JT.
Yeah, I've always said that when it comes to these races, I'm a whore. I'll go with...
Probably want to go one notch up on the gear there, Demon.
Yeah.
I would guess, yeah. What are you running at right now?
360.
Well, actually, before you do that, let's get the racing transmission in these.
Yeah.
You can always switch it to make it a hisser again, but and the brakes too. Make sure you get the brakes so we get the right brakes.
Yeah.
I got an idea how to balance this though. What we're going to do is use the torque number for this car because it's higher than the horsepower, and we'll and put it at the limit.
Yeah.
That's how we'll set it, and we'll try it. We'll try it the next race and see what it does.
Push there.
No, that's what I was expecting.
Well, I'll probably have to go down in gear then because if we take that torque down, there's no way in hell I'm catching before third gear.
I got a little push and then I.
It's not that big a drop. It's only 20 pounds, so. But you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose a little bit of horsepower. But I set that on the other car here while you guys were out here racing, and I think it'll work.
Wow, that
was pretty good.
That was
That was pretty good balance, yeah. So I think if we can get this Viper tuned down a little bit, we might be able to actually use it. So, guys, let me real quick jump out and grab a racing transmission on this real quick. So I'll shut the room down real quick, and I'll come right back on. It only takes me a second to bump it back up. So,
that's fine.
All right, give me a minute.
That's my last one for the night, anyway. So.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we can end it if you want. Yeah.
No, you guys please. I'll continue to watch.
I need to stop myself because I'll be up until 1 o'clock again, and I was sleeping all day today. I mean, I just couldn't. I was up till 3 o'clock last night, and I didn't get because I was messing around with this stuff afterwards.
Well, what I kind of want to do, even if we do end it and jump off, is I want to go watch your videos and build all the cars, and knowing the specs that I know now, and then set up my own lobby with no wind.
Yep.
And then I can run and see what each car's maximum lap time is by itself.
Yep. Okay.
You could do that on the time trials too, on each track if you wanted to.
But the only bad part about time trials is you can't turn off the weather.
Okay. So you're talking take all the variables out.
Yeah. You can create a lobby.
Yeah.
Create a lobby and keep it all equal.
That's what I'm saying. Create a lobby or a custom race. I guess you could turn off.
Yeah.
But then you have to have another. But then you have to have another car on there so that.
You're probably better off doing it in the lobby to have the best settings.
Yes. Do a lobby with no weather, and then you can run each car 5 laps, see what its best lap is, and that would be. They should all be right there the same.
Yeah, that's what equal conditions mode or something.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Called. Yeah, if you turn that on, I believe if you turn that on, it turns all the wind and weather off.
Yes, Then you don't have anything changing on you, so you're not running a lap with 14.5 and the next car gets 15.5 or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Demon, the
call.
number on that, then it's going to be 94 on the restrictor. That'll give you 516 horse and 478 horse, or 516 foot-pounds and 478 torque. So it'll be almost exactly the opposite of the Lexus, I think. Because I think the Lexus is right in that number somewhere.
That Lexus is fast, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
The
car,
seventh
it
gear
seems.
helps that one a little bit.
Yeah.
So the only thing I'm going to be changing in that from the hisser setup is the racing transmission.
And the carbon brakes, just so you have them. And you can always switch back to make it a hisser. So.
Yeah. That's
Are you streaming right now, King?
I am. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I just adjusted this Viper. I'm gonna check man, I need some money here. I spent another 3 million credits today.
Uh-oh.
Everything I won in the manufacturers. Oh, I get the bigger stack, which is probably 5,000 still.
Did you end up running the Nürburgring one?
No, I stayed away from that.
Yeah.
I got to be careful with my driver rating because it's like at like a quarter or a third of the B again.
Well, I was surprised that they had it random because Mikado ran one race, there was no rain at all. Then he ran the second race, and rain came at the last lap.
Yeah, those chicken fuckers like to do that.
Yeah.
Demon, dragging the the power down. Let's take it to 100, 200.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you wanted that on the power
Actually, let's do.
itself?
Yeah, on the power restrictor. Yeah.
And what was that again? 97?
94. That'll give you us right at 516 on the torque. So that'll match the horsepower numbers of the other cars. You still got more.
200.
Yeah. 100, 200. Let's just try those numbers. Okay, 697, 74. That didn't really drag it down that much. Okay. All right, now I've got a hisser / cup car.
Are you
That's
guys
pretty cool.
driving more, or you're shutting it down, right, King?
I'm going to shut down. I'm going to shut down, and then I'll be back on again tomorrow night. We'll do another cup car test, and then Wednesday night we'll do the trucks, and then Thursday we'll do a final practice for the lock in the settings for the cup cars.
Yeah,
So what?
Gotta build that stupid truck.
Oh yeah, do
Yeah,
do the Tundra, like I said. Just they're not that expensive. It's going to be like 150, 200,000 credits, I think, to buy the truck and all the stuff, because it's not that expensive to wide body those. I think it's 25,000, and then everything else is like mid-level pricing on them. So
That's funny because the Mustang and Camaro both are only 10K to wide body.
I know, isn't that crazy? How it's the BMW was 100,000, I think.
The Viper's like 50.
Yeah.
The old one, and the new one, I think it's 100.
Yeah.
Well, if you watch in the animation, you can see they are pulling a lot harder.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, when they stretch
I think they're just charging more because it's a more expensive car. They're doing the same damn thing.
Yeah, I don't know why they always stretch out a Subaru every time I buy my car to get wide. It's so fucking annoying.
I got to make my prototype livery on this because I think it's cool now. I found those ones in there, and I'm like, oh man, that's gonna look cool. Oh, I'm gonna put it all over the car. Oh, I'll put it on the windshield banner.
What? What'd you get? Ooh. The Orca Viper Winter Daytona 2000.
The what?
The red
Oh.
91 Viper.
Oh. Come on.
They got a Golf Racing Viper. Come on, that hurts. That hurts.
Oh, you're looking at liveries?
Yeah, I'm looking at livers.
Livers.
Now, if we make our own livery, what can we go with? What are kind of like the... Is there any spec on the liveries?
Not yet. No. I don't have a cup car logo, but I do have these ones. If you want the one, I can share all my prototype ones if you guys want them just to screw around with. Because it's got the thing on the windshield, the KingPittdawg Racing Advanced Research prototype, and eventually we'll price that with Cup Car Race Car. Makota's going to help me out with that. We've been kind of farting around with it, but the one I made was way too complex. It took me like 20 minutes just to do one logo, so I don't want anything that complex.
See, I can build whole stickers that we can upload into it. It's gonna take me some time, and I would need some advanced time ahead because I
Yeah,
have
no, I
Photoshop
get it.
Lightroom
Yeah.
and all that to edit. It's just
Yeah, I can. What I did with Makoto is I just shared it, and then he took the. I put it on the like a trunk lid, and then he took it and then just copied it into the system or into his system. I don't know how he does it. That's beyond my pay grade. 28, 28, 3 on the YouTube. 19, 18, 17, 18, 5, 4, 3. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jeez, man. Things are so sensitive.
I'm just gonna have to build me one. Just come out with the drip.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's kind of narrow. That's gonna it's not gonna work at that number. Oh, that was right. It was 333. This is 444. I had it and lost it. Ooh, it's taking a lot of room on this car. Oh, that's the hood.
So as far as we know right now, the settings that we've discussed and whatever, that's kind of, I know that we need to do more testing and whatever.
Yeah, but right now that's the settings I'm going to put on my control cars, and then the
Right.
Viper and the SLS are going to be different. We'll keep testing and see what we can do with them.
Right. And so if I went ahead and watched the video and set each car up to those specs, that would be our test. I know.
Yeah, and that was
change them,
before
but-
we started practicing, but just the only thing we've changed, I think, is the arrow. So yeah, everything
Right.
else should be okay.
Because I'm just real curious to see what they would do in total equal conditions without any draft at all.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see how close they are. I mean, they should all be within a couple of tenths,
Yeah.
right? Ideally.
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. By themselves. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're right, all by themselves with no draft. All right, on that note, I will hop off.
All right. Cool.
And maybe we'll do it again tomorrow.
Yep. Sounds like a plan, man. All right,
Right on.
JT, thanks you guys again for helping out with
Yep.
all the testing and that. This is going to be, we get these cars balanced. This is going to be like super fun. More funner than it would be if we didn't have them balanced. How's that? Wait, you
All
can't
right,
even
you
see
guys
this
have a
thing.
good evening.
All right, bud.
You too,
We'll see ya.
JT.
Later.
I should do this Viper GTS Blue. I think I'm going to do a Viper GTS Blue. I was just in a hurry last time. That's almost the same color as my Supra. They're very close. I compared them when we did some parts for some guy that he wanted Viper Blue one time. All right, now we can just duplicate on opposite side. Let's hit the edit instead of the duplicate. All right, paint. Body. This car looks good in any color.
I'm sitting there looking at it, I'm like,
There's that one I put on that my Plymouth. That is really a cool color. I like that, but I'm not going to put it on here. Deep burnt orange metallic on that I got on my Super B.
Yeah, that burnt orange metallic is sexy.
That would look good too. Look at that with all the curves on that. That's
You're barking at the right tree there.
There it is. Oh yeah, there we go. What we can do though, we can add some. I got one of the reds in here. Whoop. No, I want to keep that Viper GTS blue. Not that. Mirrors. Let's see. I think I got a nice Dodge red. Red line tricoat pearl. There we go. Perfect. Rear wing. Oh yeah, that's nice. What's
You
other
sound like
on this?
fucking Tim Allen.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's good. I like that. Yeah, V10. Yeah, 500 horse. Yeah. Oh.
Glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah. What is other? I don't see the other changing. What is it? What am I looking at? Oh, it's the Viper logo. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool actually in red. Okay. Viper GT3. Special colors. They're special colors. Ooh, I'm gonna do the roll cage in that orange red line, that orange one. Plymouth. Where are you at? Deep burnt orange. All right. Gotta do the wheels too. Let's see. We're just gonna go. That gold. We're gonna go old school. Black chrome on that one. Oh, that's dead sexy. Oh yeah, I like that. That's good. I gotta do my advanced research on the back.
I'm looking at decals now to add.
See, FQ2 official, and it's the third one. $111. Everyone is exactly the same. Red. Oh yeah, looks good. Ah, that's got too much of a bend to it. How do I straighten that? There we go. That's better. Okay. All right, there we go. Now we got our test car. Oh yeah, that's sexy.
The Viper GT3R logo. Did you grab that one?
I probably have that somewhere in mine because I've made quite a few Vipers. I ran Dodge one exhibition season. I ran the Vipers, so I probably have them in there somewhere. But I don't know where they're at. This one though has it says GTS, not GT3. Okay, this one when you change the other, it changes the logo on the side fenders. So that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, the lettering. Yeah, I see
Mm-hmm.
that. And I fucking
That looks
snagged
pretty
that.
cool. It looks like chrome, like red chrome. Because I use that that Chrysler Tri-Coat. That's not PRV, that's their other one. I don't remember the code on that one. All right, yeah. That car looks good, man. I like the looks of that thing, man. So
Yeah,
sexy.
every time I look at it, dude.
I don't like that middle gen. I'm with you. I don't like that middle gen.
No, that's probably.
It looks too much like a van in the
Yeah,
front.
and the O2 for me too is a little bit touchy with the headlights. There's something about the front end with those headlights that just kind of turns me off. But I still love the O2 itself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good night, Makoto.
Later, Makoto.
Later, Makoto. Thanks for everything, bud. Mm, 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 mm. Ooh, that is sexy as AF. That's dead sexy.
Oh, yeah, they did 60.
So this one I need to actually mark this as KupKar. Make sure I know the difference. HES.
Yeah, I had to do that.
KupKar. Yeah, because otherwise I'm gonna. Well, I guess actually no, it doesn't matter. It's just a prototype, so it doesn't matter because I can flip it back and forth. I got all the parts to flip it back and forth now. Okay, so we're just gonna call it a prototype like all the other ones, so I'm all consistent and shit. I'll share all these styles too for everybody, so if you guys want to pick these up, and you can move the, get rid of the prototype logo, or take the HECS logo, move it around, change the color. I can put the multicolored one on there, so depending on what color you want to run. And I did that on all of them, I think, and just change the colors if it's a blue to a red, or if it's red to a blue. And the other ones are blue and red. Let's see. That's good. I need to fix my my Maserati. Maserati. Alright, change cars. This car is sexy AF too, man. I left the factory color on it because I liked it. It was like a burgundy something or other. Isn't there a place where you can go and see what the name of the color is on the car? I thought I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, the door sill.
No, I'm I'm talking about in real life.
Oh, you talking about in game or?
Yeah, in game. I thought there used to be a place where you could.
You can get in VR and open the door.
Is it in tuning parts?
I think when you go to buy the car,
yeah,
you can pick a color and it tells you what color the car is.
But it doesn't after that, huh? Hmm.
No.
It will because I believe you get the paint with the car, don't you?
No, I think you got to buy the paint. Yeah.
Just go search the manufacturer for that car.
But yeah, you can go search your paint colors in the livery section.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably. Yeah, you're probably right. That's probably where it is.
Yeah, it tells you what each color is.
That's right, because that's what I usually do when I go in and buy it in the customizing section here. That's right. Good point. But yeah, because I wasn't gonna paint I made the G70 hisser, and I wasn't gonna paint it, but then I realized I had that color in there, so I painted the wheels that color, and then went in and added everything. So, man, this thing is sexy as fuck. We worked on one of these Gran Turismos. No, it was not. It was a Quattroporte. It was a 4-door. I wrote an estimate on the other one. Real car paint.
There's an OnlyFans sticker? Did not know that.
Maserati. There we go. Bordeaux Pontevecchio. I think that's what it is. 4,000. Bastards. And I'm going to spend more cash in here because I'm addicted to paint colors. Nero Enigma. That doesn't really look like it's got much flip to it. Oh, it's got a green flip to it. They just don't do a very good job with the silvers in this game. The grays, yeah, are okay. They do okay, but
There's a Bluey sticker, just so y'all know.
a what?
A Bluey sticker. Oh, y'all's kids are all older than, what, 18, right? Most of y'all's?
Mm-hmm.
I got a 19-year-old and one that's going to be 18 and then one that's going to be 14.
Yeah, see, all my kids are under 10.
Oh, are they?
So when I said Bluey, it's a cartoon character.
Oh, okay.
That's taken the world by storm.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen that one.
My
It does
son
let me
is
win.
34.
Oh, wow. JT said his son is 34.
Oh, he's still listening?
Yeah. Yeah, they got 4 people watching, so it might be you two. But
I'm watching.
No.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Actually, unfortunately, I'm not, because my phone was about to die, so I had to turn it
No,
off.
gotcha. Okay, now
So
we're
you
wide
got-
body.
Yeah, now you got some viewers, bud.
Yeah. Hello, everyone out there, by the way. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just showing you how to do my liveries.
It's okay. I'm right here. It's all good.
Yeah. Oh, Zippy's there. I forget Zippy's in here. He's always so loud.
Quiet.
Equipped. Whoop, nope. He can do 18 in this car, so that's good. I got a meaty tire anyway. Alright, so there's that. Now I think I probably got to add everything back on. Damn it. Alright. What a stupid rookie mistake I made on like my 100th HECS build car.
Yeah, right?
At least I don't have to buy anything because it's already there. So. Alright, so there's that stuff. I think all the performance stuff stays on, but you gotta buy all the other crap.
Oh, I'm so pissed that I even let that happen. I was looking at the stickers and forgot to hit add to collection. And I was on the wrong one.
Yeah, I know I do
I
that.
was
You
on the wrong one and it put a
I
Russian
went
sticker
through
on my fucking bike.
31 flag pages today trying to find one for everybody that's in this, at least a couple for everybody that's in the, so I found France and Portugal and Japan and Canada and USA. Golly, man, it's like I couldn't find a Portugal one with the wave. Nobody had a waving one for Portugal, so I had to do just a flat one. Man, that car looks sexy. Dead sexy. That's what the Supra should have looked like without the dustbuster nose. We're got some gold Brembos on this one. Ooh. Alright, now let's make sure everything's at 690.92, 515, 2824. It looks good. Oh, I didn't save it. The style. Alright. Gran Turismo's fixed. $81.60. Oh, 160's just past the slider, I guess. $699.39. That's pretty close to nowhere. Alright, there's a Gran Turismo. I'm curious to see how that runs now it's wide body, see if it drives different. I'm gonna look at this thing in VR.
Have you drove the GTS in VR?
All right, YouTube people, I'm going to give you a VR tour of all of our new Cup cars here. We're going to go somewhere it's outside. Let's go to the best place is usually the cafe. Oh, dead sexy. Oh, it didn't change the color of the wheels back. Ooh, that is a good looking car. It's definitely a lot bigger than the 8C, that's for sure. .7. So we bumped it up to a 4.9. So. Kind of got a 90s looking dash on it though. What's this up here? Lights, tire pressure monitor. Oh, it's got HomeLink on the... What is that? Oh, that's lights. It's got HomeLink on the visor. It's a pretty nice car ergonomically for a Fiat. I don't like the fact that it's missing a pedal. Yeah, pretty good layout though. Decent. I always reach up, and when I reach up for the wheel, I actually grab my wheel. It's kind of freaky sometimes. Try to reach and pull the visor down sometime in this VR setting.
Yeah, it'll get you.
Mm-hmm. It's a good looking car inside. Actually, I wonder if what you can pick one of these up for. Be a good candidate to get my 1UZ I've got laying around. V8. I don't know if I'd want Fiat electronics on anything. We'd have to gut it. You know what I mean? Fix it again, Tony, right? Mm-hmm. All right, let's go right from one Fiat to another. We'll go to the Alfa Romeo.
All right, guys, I'm out of here. Y'all, thank you for running the practice tonight.
Yeah.
And we'll see you tomorrow night.
Appreciate everybody helping out, too. Yeah, thanks again, Steve. You've been a
no problem.
Big help to everything.
If in and you want to go back to these cars again, we can do that, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll do these tomorrow night, and then trucks Wednesday, just one night this week. I don't want to waste too much time on those, but we'll need to run some mock qualifying and see how everybody does, because that'll be the one we qualify in.
Okay.
It's going to be super sensitive to steering inputs, when you're driving and stuff, so we'll make sure we get I think the suspension in the middle is usually good on those trucks, because they're squishy anyway. All right, bud. Have a good one. Have a good Tuesday.
Yep. You guys
Taco
too.
Tuesday.
See you later.
Later.
All right, let's get in this one and see. Boy, this is a lot shorter than the Gran Turismo. No wonder it was so much lighter. I remember when these came out, I thought these things were cool. I did not know they were V8 until today, though.
Yeah, everybody wanted the Maserati after Longest Yard.
Yeah. 8C Competizione. This is not bad either, ergonomics. You can tell it's got the Ferrari stuff in it with the push-button shifter stuff. Oh, this is a two-seater. Yeah, okay. Ooh, it's got its own matched luggage. Ooh, that is sexy. I like it.
Any sports car that is a two-door with a long nose and a short back wheel, that's why the Viper is so good.
Yeah, exactly. That's that classic sports car.
That's that midlife crisis car that goes through the rest of the remaining 50 years.
Yeah. All right, let's see. What would be the next one? That would be BMW. BC. We'll go to the same cafe. BMWs are always sexy, especially when you wide body them and stuff the wheels out. I had a dream I was driving my X5 in the snow like it was on Gran Turismo. I wasn't sleeping very good. I never remember my dreams, and when I remember my dreams, my old X5 that I had, I love that car. But I was driving it in the snow, and I kept bouncing it, and I think I was driving with my wife, and I think she was bitching about me driving. And I said, look, we're hitting snow mounds. It'll keep us from hitting the wall. And then I hit one of the walls. You know how that goes. I think it's because it was snowing the other night. I think that was when I had that. I said, it's snowing and it's almost April. This one's got the carbon roof. Oh, look at that. That is pretty. That's like that Z06 we had. Oh, yeah, I like that. I don't necessarily like BMW's iDrive system, but I guess. Yeah, this actually looks just like my friend had one of these. It wasn't an M, it was a... What was it, a 330?
Can we put a cup sticker on our car?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, I'm going to make up a Cup Car. We're making up a Cup Car logo. But yeah, you can put whatever you want. I don't care for these liveries. But next year I want it to be more... Maybe by the championship series I want it to be more, more official. It just looks cool on replays when all the cars... Like, with like those Fugu cars all done up the same. That looked cool.
Cup of noodle. Let's just make a whole livery of cup of noodle.
Get a Marusian livery. Ramen.
Type it in right now. It's there. Gestamp, the place that I just recently tried to work at, get out of retirement and try to enjoy life.
Mm-hmm.
They have a Gestamp in Japan, and there's actual Gestamp stickers here.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Bumblebee here. We'll take a look at Bumblebee here in VR. Cyber Gray, of course, for Cybertron. Gotta have a theme for everything, man. This is like something yellow tricoat. Looks pretty good in the sun. These things are impossible to see out of, though. We've fixed quite a few of these, actually, for being a non-GM dealership body shop.
Right.
In fact, I fixed the one guy's car like 3 times in my 6-7 years over there, whatever it was.
We should have had everyone do some sort of themed NASCAR livery, LOL.
I'm going to run a livery. When I make a livery up for this race, I'm going to run it because this is my dad's memorial race. So I'm going to make one up that's all like that. So, oh yeah, this is the updated interior with the Alpha. This is on the Alpha platform. So this is on the ATS platform. This version, not the old Holden one. It doesn't have the little gauges down there and stuff. Actually, this isn't horrible. This is newer than the ones we were working on. I did have one of my customers that came over that used to come to my shop when I had it. She came in and she had just gotten her Camaro, and I think it was an 18, and had something happen to it. So she found me on Facebook and said, "Kevin, I only want you to work on my car." I said, "Well, I'm not going to be working on it," but I said, "We got good guys."
Favorite hot dog maker, Dean rolling on the floor laughing.
I don't think. What's that?
I didn't know you had your own shop. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, 10 years we had it, and I managed it before that, and then the owner wanted to sell it because it wasn't profitable enough as him hiring people. So my wife and I were both working there. She's actually a nurse by trade, but they didn't have a position for her, and so she came and started working part time, and then we came full time, and then we just bought it, and then the rest is history. Yeah. Yeah, it was a nice shop, but it was in not the greatest area of town, so I kind of, when some of the places closed around there, I lost a lot of my clientele. Oh, shoot, I keep hitting the wrong button. Lost a lot of my clientele when the one factory closed and another one closed that were in the area. And then I thought for sure, because Walmart went in about a mile and a half up the road from where I was, I thought for sure it was going to help traffic, and it just absolutely, my business dropped when Walmart opened up there, which I could never really quite figure out. That was really odd. All right, we got to look at our GTS Viper in VR. Ooh, oh yeah, oh man, I think that almost gave me wood. Oh, that is sexy.
You already know what I'm gonna say to that.
Oh man, that thing looks cool as hell. With the ground effects and the wide ass fucking fenders and shit.
Yeah.
The wing looks huge on there. HECS prototype, KingPittdawg Racing. Now that I've rebranded the HES, I'm going all in on it, so to hobby e-racing. Because I could actually organize, well, maybe not. I was gonna say I could organize some real races and do that. Oh yeah, these were Spartan interiors.
Yeah.
That is right out of the Ram. The controllers are right out of the Ram truck.
Hey,
but still cool.
Back then was just all about saving weight and saving money.
Yep.
Right?
Did these even have air? This one doesn't have air, does it? I don't think this one has air.
Not the 98.
Yeah, yeah.
None of those had air. Maybe you could have ordered them. Maybe if you paid enough for them, but I don't think they did.
Mm-mm.
I know they didn't come factory with it.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is, I don't care how Spartan it is, it's still freaking cool as hell.
Yeah, it's because the back bumper's raised. So
It's got that kick up in it, yeah.
Yeah, the classic two-door sports car look, but then, boom, a nice tail end.
This is Deep Impact Blue. This should look pretty good. Very similar to the Viper GTS Blue, so let's see what this one looks like. Oh yeah, and I put the light pewter on the wheels on these. This looks good. The blue accents the red interior, nice. If I'm not mistaken, the GT350i probably has radio delete and back seat delete, I think. But this one is the GT. So let's look at the rear bumper. See, there's why they don't weld the splitter, because it's already got one on it, or the diffuser. Okay, confirmed. We did quite a few of these, man. This one I wanted to buy so bad. This guy we had fixed it. It had gotten, a tree or something fell on it. And it was just all this like superficial stuff. But we ended up painting pretty much the whole car. And he had already been in there once because somebody backed into him in a parking lot and done the rear bumper. So he had bought it. He had done it right. He had put the entire Ford Performance suspension upgrade on it. It was a GT, so it was the Coyote. I think his was an 18 or 19. It was a Coyote, and then he had the full Corsair exhaust from the front to the back, and that thing was loud AF. I mean, that thing would scare the shit out of people when it fired off, because it would go blah, 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 blah. And people like, what the hell, in the shop? You know, it's in a shop, right? When it echoes. And that thing sounded so good when he was on it. So he had the full air intake, the Ford Performance air intake on it. So everything was basically everything he could get like Ford Performance on it, he had on it, and it had a really nice stance. It looked like these, it kind of like looked like the wide, the wheels were like real tight to the fenders and everything. Yeah. And it was, it was a Ford product, so nothing rubbed or anything like that. And it was all black. And I think it was all black interior too. And he traded it off, and I saw it. He must have traded it off Thursday or something. And I think I was going into work Friday, and I had saw it in detail. And I was going into work Saturday, and I'm like, oh man, that looks like Anthony's old car. And I got up to it and it had temporary plates. I'm like, shit, they sold it. Because I was literally going into work to talk to the manager about what my price would be on it. Because I wanted that frickin' car. Yeah, and it only had like, I don't know, like 24,000 miles on it too. This would have been like in 21 or 22 that he traded it off. But I think we worked on it in like 2019, and it was a 2018. But yeah, it was cool. 6-speed. Yeah, oh, he had the Stage 2 Ford clutch on it too. So he had everything. The brake upgrade too. That's right. I mean, he had stuck a ton of money in that thing when he bought it. I know, and I was like, man, I got to go see what my price is going to be on this. I'm gonna have to go into debt. I haven't had a car payment. I haven't had a car payment since 1999.
Yeah. Oh, you're not missing out much.
No, I know. I don't want to either. Well, my newest car is my 2006 Infiniti, so. And I bought that from my mom and dad. This one's going to look good outside, too. Let's take a look at this one. This is the GT350R. Oh, yeah, ruby red with a tuxedo black hood. Magnetic mirrors, wheels, and
When you
spoiler.
do your spoilers stickers, do you put them facing, bottom of the words facing to the back glass or out?
The what? The spoiler ones? I usually do it to where, because the spoiler's always at kind of a little bit of an angle, so I always do it like you're standing on the roof looking at it.
Okay,
I guess would be the best way to.
A lot of people are they're like, that's just weird. Like, no, it makes sense to me.
Because most of the time the way you're seeing it is from a camera view. Yeah. So you're gonna see it like on a 45-degree angle camera view or whatever. Now this car should look significantly different inside, so let's take a look. Yep, there's the block out. It does have the upgraded dash. Yep. Seat delete. The roll bar looked good in blue. I'm glad I did that. Steering wheel I think is identical though. But yeah, big old radio delete. You could put some nice gauges in there. Oh, I'm trying to reach and touch it. Dumbass. It's in the VR, yeah. Yeah, that thing looks pretty good. It's funny, it's so realistic sometimes you just try to reach out and touch it.
Yeah, well, think like say it's one of the cars like your MX-5. If you go setting that in the game, it's gonna make you think for a second, like, oh, I'm back in my MX-5. Because it does that to me when I'm in Hellcats.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting there and I'm like, oh fuck.
Now I did this Lexus in a meal fry racing gray. Yeah, these are good looking cars, but they're just, they've been around for 10 years now. It's about time for. I think that GT3 concept that they show in the Toyota area will probably be the basis for the next RCF type model. And then also probably a Toyota model, so they're probably building them so they can. I think they want to get away from that BMW platform on the Supras.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that the next Supra is going to have hybrid in it, which sucks, but I think they're going to use Mazda's inline 6 because they've been working with Mazda in development. So I would guess that the new Supra in 26 or whenever it's supposed to come out is going to have a Mazda power plant instead of the BMW. That would be my assumption, just because I know how much Toyota and Mazda actually have a plant together down in, where the hell is that? Mississippi? Or Georgia? Somewhere down there. Maybe it's Alabama. But yeah, they build the, yeah, it was weird, because I was getting, we used to have to scan the VIN tags, right? So we scanned the VIN tag, and I'm scanning, and I'm looking at it. There's a Mazda, and I'm like, what? That says Toyota Mazda Manufacturing. What the hell? And so I did real research. I can't believe I missed out on it. Never heard anything about that. It's like $1.5 billion plant they built down there, and they can build like 4 completely different lines on the same plant. 4 different structures. But right now they're building the Corolla Cross, and I think it's the Mazda CX-50. if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a CX-50.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
See, the plant I just worked at, we were building individual car parts, and
Yeah.
there was everything from a certain unspeakable company, Inc., to Toyota, Ford, Volvo, and I was the one who was helping keep the robots going. You know, maintenance and building new cells.
Yeah.
I worked with engineers and stuff like that. But yeah, I know when you say, you know, plants together, there's a lot more than what people realize.
Oh yeah, I mean the platforms that these cars are built. Well, that's why the Z, the 370 and 350Z, is so heavy, is because they build the frickin' SUVs and stuff on the same platform. My FX is basically a long version, 4-door wagon version of the Z car. And it makes for, you know, they have to build a really meaty. The cowl is the thing they don't really change, you know, like the cowl in the main part of the torque box. So that's what they really don't change. So that's always usually universal between the models, but in the front of the frame rails. So the end of the frame rails they'll change, and they'll change like the, you know, the radiator support structure, stuff that's cheap. The stuff that costs them a lot to develop and put together is usually going to be the same. The front part of the floor pan, usually if there's an extended car, it'll have a different part of the rear floor pan. But yeah, it's pretty amazing watching how manufacturers can minimize their overall cost by building a bunch of cars on the same platform.
Yeah. Well, that's like all the Dodges from the Hellcat all the way down.
Oh yeah.
They're literally the same body, just different drivetrain.
Yep. Yeah, and that actually evolved out of the old Mercedes Daimler Chrysler thing. The LH cars came out of that, and that was basically an update to the old E series Mercedes and the CLK was for the 2 doors. Yeah. So that, because I remember that because they said basically the suspension, because when we would buy the parts, the suspensions were stamped in steel. So they had changed the suspensions on the 300 and the Charger. They had changed them like after the first couple of years, because originally they just basically took the Mercedes design and stamped them out of steel instead of aluminum. Well, then they started replacing parts, and they started replacing them with aluminum. So when you would have a damaged right rear or something, and you had to buy like the toe link and maybe a control arm, you'd have to buy both sides.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because it was a requirement. Because if you changed them, because I think they had like a TSB, not a recall, but a TSB. And so if people came in and they had noisy, because those things were known for having noisy control arms and shit. So people would come in, they would replace them, but it had to be it wasn't a recall per se, it was a customer presents with, you know, type of thing.
Yeah.
Customer presents with
tech service bulletin or whatever.
Yep, technical service bulletin. Yep. Yeah, there was a lot of those things, and they were like some of the SAs, service advisors, would refer them as like silent recalls. And then eventually they started coming up with recalls on them when they started having real bad problems with them.
Yeah, see, I have all those bulletins like that because I'm still part of Dealer Connect, where I went to, it's a school for, you know, the tuning and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I still get all of those like notifications.
Yeah, that's cool. You know, it's funny. I still get all of because we use the calendar for the estimating system that we were using sucked. So we used the calendar like from Outlook. I'm still logged into it. I still know what the schedule is at my old shop. I haven't been there for almost 3 months, 3.5 months, almost 4 months now. This car looks pretty cool for a 4-door as a as a race car when it's set up as a race car. It does look a lot like the Camry, which makes sense, I guess. The weird thing about this one is inside it's such a luxury thing, because this is like their top dog model.
Yeah.
And then we're making a race car out of it. Oh, look here, I got heat and see. I know, isn't it? I wish we could gut the interiors, but I know that you use 3D imaging, so you wouldn't be able to do that. Because technically the weight reductions would be like gutting the interior, gutting all the excess wiring.
5 on a fucking Hellcat is...
Yeah.
Have you ever taken the back seat out of any of the Chargers?
I have had. We did a 300 that was blasting the ass. We had that whole thing apart. Yeah. I mean, I haven't taken them out myself, but I know the work because my guys would always say, "Hey, we need to get more time for this." Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't take that long because it's literally the foam seat
Mm-hmm.
with the wire frame that clips into the body.
Yep.
And just the material on top. That's it. So when he was like, "Oh, if you take all the seats out, you'll get like 400 pounds." No, you won't.
Yeah.
No, you won't.
No. You take the power seats out, you might get 100 pounds. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those guys are crazy.
Yeah, I know. You know, it takes a lot more than that to lighten these things up. You gotta start taking window motors out, window structure.
Get rid of
every little 8 ounces here and 6 ounces there, and yep.
And that's just to get a few hundred pounds if you're lucky.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like your biggest thing is if you don't have like interior or a passenger seat, that's probably one of your biggest savings.
Yep.
But as soon as you add a cage and swap the tires,
yep.
you're already back to that.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know what they're considering when I drop that. What all we're taking out to drop that Gran Turismo from 4,200 pounds or whatever it is down to 28, 24.
the auxiliary battery.
Yeah.
Spare, maybe. Hell, that car probably didn't even come with a spare.
Probably not.
The touring one probably did, but not that one.
Alright, I'm going to leave it at this car. Why did my colors change on my damn wheels? That pisses me off. I'm going to have to go fix all that shit. Oh, I think, you know what, I can probably just load style, actually, because you know what I did is when I... Let's try that. Because when I wide-bodied it, everything changed again. Oh, look at there. Why you got 2 of them? Oh, what the hell? This one is wide car. Oh, that's the one I had. Okay. Let's see if it'll let me do that. Oh, no, it's not letting me do it. Let's see if it's got the right color. I think it put the right color on there. Let's see. It's really like a bronze something. I guess it'd probably be easier to see out of VR. Oh no, that looks right. I think that's correct. I might have to do this. Open the design. Yeah, there it is. Now it's got the correct wheels in it. Yep, that looks better.
Add a bunch of big stickies on here.
Yeah. Alright, that one's corrected. I don't think this one lost it. It looks the same. Yeah, that looks the same. Okay, that one should be fine. I got more of these. It takes a lot longer to go through each one and verify everything.
Yeah, that's when I added those other ones to the hissers, I was like, man, he didn't have 80 for that. Because it was like, what, 4 or 5 that was found that can be...
Yeah, well, I already had the one in there that you had found. I think what was the heck was it? All right, just check.
Oh, you
verify
had,
this
yeah,
thing.
it was the M series.
Oh yeah, the M303. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Oh, the M2.
Yeah, the M2.
Yeah, and that one is just a little too weighted up for. It's like way down like 6. What is it, like 580 or something on the PP? But you know, it's a decent car, but you know, it drives great. But it's just a little too restricted for what it is. Okay, this one looks fine. Shouldn't have to do anything to this one, and the settings are updated. 8160. I might give the Beamer a little bit of a break on the Aero, because it is already down on torque. It's only got 351 torque. These guys said they were running 3 something on that for the trans. I still don't know what I'm actually going to drive, so the choice. We'll do the choice thing and see what happens. But all right, that one I think is okay. The Camaro should be okay. I'm gonna just double check. I'll sleep better knowing I've double checked everything. I'll probably dream about my BMW in the snow. And we said 100, 200 on this one. Yep, 100, 200, 94. That gives us 516. So whichever one is the most, it's got to be at 515, 16, or 17. That would be fair, I think. This has got too much camber in it. 8. Were you running that thing pretty low too? I'm at 77 and 74.
For the Viper?
Yeah.
I was just running that 80 just to make sure.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah. Just to make it a little bit smoother on the bumps and stuff. Because when I was
Sure.
going through the turns, I wasn't really getting any feedback.
Okay. I'm going to set them both at 77, I think. That's...
Yeah, I didn't even really get to mess with it, though, because that was my thing.
Right, you just jumped in, yeah, and got it back in, so, okay. Alright, that looks good. I'm going to leave that as it is. And then the GT... Were you able to keep with me at all of that GT?
No.
In the draft? You couldn't keep up?
Well, once I got to the draft, but as soon as you get more than 3 foot away, I would hit like a brick wall and it pushed me.
Would it? Okay, alright.
Yeah.
And do you remember what gear you were on running that time?
330.
330, okay.
Or,
All
no,
right.
I was running, I think I ran straight 350.
Oh, did that much? Okay. That might have had something to do with it. So, I'm going to try those again tomorrow and see if it seems like they should be, the numbers are getting really close. The performance points numbers are getting pretty close on those two, which would make sense if we're trying to get through the drag. So, I may allow those a little bit less drag too. 81, maybe 7140.
Yeah, that
But,
might help out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
Like I said, it wasn't too bad, but when it fell off hard.
Yeah, and I'm already giving them 10% horsepower, so, but still the torque is still 466 at that higher number, so that's really still low. So I think this will be fine. That's exactly 52 horsepower or 51 horsepower. Okay, let's go to the GT350R. This one I'm going to take one number off there, 565.
Well, I got some credits anyway for cars.
You got what?
I farmed up some credits for cars.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I finally got that Ferrari 250.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it leaves me one car left. The Mercedes 300 SL.
Oh, really? That's the only one you don't have?
Yep.
Oh, no kidding. Oh, wow. I never bought those expensive ones. That Ferrari was the most expensive one I think I bought. That 250 Berlinetta Corso, Rado, whatever. What is it? Corte? Short wheelbase or something's called. That's a sexy car, though. Man, that thing is sexy AF. It doesn't perform, though. I tried running in a challenge with similar cars, and it was like, yeah, it's 60 years old. What do you expect?
Right.
Alright, so the next one is the Lexus. I think I already verified all these.
Alright,
81.
dropping off.
Alright, bud. We'll see ya.
Have a good one.
You too. 713.69. This one should do pretty well. Still only 439 on the torque. I think it's got a slipperier body. That's probably why. Alright. Mercedes beans. Let's see. Double check this one. 163.20, 79. See, this still only got 467 torque. It just seems to pull so much better. I think it's the 7 gears.
Yeah.
Got something to do with the 7 gears, you know. 5th is a little bit over 1-to-1, and then 6th is a pretty tall or pretty short overdrive, and then 7 is a 75-to-1. So I just want to keep as many things the same as we can. If we can just do it with aero. I don't want to get lost. I mean, it'd be so quick to get lost, you know, in these trying to get these settings and just be right back at square one again. So that's why I'm trying to hold as much as we can the same.
That makes sense, though.
Yeah, it's just I just think it's otherwise we're gonna get lost. It's like when you like swing, like you go to a track and the car sucks and you just gotta swing everything at the settings and then just make it even worse.
Yeah.
All right, what is it? Tuesday, Monday night. Well, almost Tuesday. And Demon, you're still, where are you at now? You're in Texas now, or?
No, I'm in West Virginia.
West Virginia, okay.
Depending on if they like my interview today.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So we'll see. Which, I mean, they sounded like every time I'd answer a question, they'd be like, oh, well, you answered our next question. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we'll see.
Yeah, sounds like a good opportunity, though.
Yeah, it's going to be something nice. Yeah, I think for me it's refreshing.
Yeah.
Different.
Oh, I need to build this ZR1 that Zippy built. Or not Zippy, John built. I'm going to go ahead and buy it. 09, right? No, he bought the 89. This one has 639 horsepower. This would be too much for a hisser. Where is... Oh, there it is right there. Ooh, it's even cheaper. Yay. That's got the old, the 89 ZR1. That's going to have the old Mercury Marine LT5 or whatever it was. That Mercury Marine built for Chevy. Alright, Chevy. Alright, let's go build this sucker. Alright, anybody watching on YouTube, if you want to, this is another car that John found that I had completely missed. Again, I'm all open for having more and more cars because I'd like to get it to where we just have one car at each event. One car allowed. This one's that nice red too. Alright, again, these cars, these HSSSR cars, all the cars are the same build, so we're going to do the same exact thing on every car. Should probably change the oil on this one before I put any performance stuff on it because it's a used car.
There's a Days of Thunder.
The
Days of Thunder. 5-1. I love it.
It's a 51 car? Oh, there you go. Yeah, the old Rowdy Burns, right? Or was that the Cole Trickle car? Because I think they... What did he do? Cole Trickle ran 46, right? And then Rowdy was 51? I don't remember.
I believe so. For that movie, I've seen only a handful of times.
Yeah, me too. And I can't remember because it switched from... Because I had all the Hardee's cars that they gave out. I have them all. And I have a whole set of them still in the package. And then I got ones that I used to actually... They were fun. Those were fun because I was still fairly young. I don't know what I was when that came out with it.
Trickle.
Cole Trickle one, huh? The 51. Is that the mellow yellow?
Yep, mellow
yellow. Because that was when he was driving for Rowdy Burns after they wrecked the 2 rental cars. I had the 2 rental cars and became best buds. Alright, so we changed the oil. Now we're going to go in and do some wheels. 17-inch. Something that
for the Cup cars, is it 18 or 17?
Cup cars are as close as you can get to 18. It doesn't have to be exact, so... Oh, none of these... Oh, maybe the Hayashi wheels will look kind of good on there. Let's see. Let's spin this thing. Oh, yeah, that doesn't look horrible. There's nothing that looks like the factory wheels, so I'm going to be modifying this no matter what I do. Those look pretty good. That's too busy. A lot of my wheels are like the same design. Maybe these are. I like spokey wheels. I don't know, not 5 spokes, like 10, or split spokes, or.
Yeah.
I don't like that one. I don't really care for those. Well, that one looks pretty good. But you know what? These actually leave some of the chrome on there. Let's do gold. I don't know. Yeah, we'll go with it. 17-inch, wide. That looks pretty good. Red and gold. Gold wheels always look good in a red car. At least in the game. Ooh, that's got a cool looking splitter.
I think you're going to like my Viper. Got a nice livery going.
Cool.
I think I got a nice one going. Sometimes it's hard for me. Sometimes I overcrowd certain areas.
Yeah, I know. I've been cleaning up a lot of my liveries. Were kind of busy. Oh, that looks good. Looks very 90s. We're gonna go with that type. Roll cage, woohoo! Oh, you know what? I actually like that one that says Corvette in the front. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, we're going to leave the standard one on this one. Alright, now we performance modify it up here. And all these cars are the same to get to the spec we need. We got to get 250 to 255 horse. This thing's already way over that, so we're just going to put the bare minimum. But we got to get it down to weight. 3,400 is a little porky for what we're doing. 2 weight reductions gets us where we need to be. Power restricted, and we're going to need ballast to get it back up to that weight. Our trifecta of things that are on every car. Our quad and the hissers. Rigidity, LSD, and then a manual transmission for a hisser. We don't need the weight reduction stage 3. Racing air filter, muffler, exhaust manifold, brake pads, either brake kit, clutch and flywheel, suspension, brake balance, and our tires. This is a fairly inexpensive car to build. $680.58 where it is right now. Boy, this is really going to be hurt by the power reduction. She didn't miss anything, did I? Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Nope. All these sliders in the center. 5 or 6 on the roll bar at this point. That's our kind of spec setting. I don't know why the game puts so much camber in these cars, but we're going to drop that less than half. In fact, basically a quarter. We're going to be at a lot of different tracks. We're probably going to want to find a good mid setting. And what I've been doing is actually taking all the aero off these cars. Alright, now this thing is about 29 pounds, so we're going to need probably about 13 or 12 or 13 on the... Ooh, I was right. Guessed right. I'm getting better at my conversions. 13 kilograms of ballast. We're going to move that all the way to the back. It does give us a 1% difference in our split, but we're going to have to really restrict this thing. We're going to go all the way to 70 and see where that gets us. 298, and we have to go up to the ECU. Let's guess 93. Oh, no, it's still way high. Let's just go right to the center slider. 253, huh? That's right where it needed to be. All right, no engine mods. We go from 426 with our restriction to 253, 261 on the torque, so it holds a lot of torque. But oh, actually, this is a good good number on this car. I didn't realize it was going to be that good when we adjusted it. 616.52. So we're actually going to have to add some drag on it to make it work. So let's go right in the middle. 130, 140, 150. 614.26. I'm going to add a little bit of front downforce in just to make it bump the number up a little bit. 615.64. That gets under our 616 limit. And is a pretty good balance, I would guess. 75 and 150, like right smack dab in the middle of the front part of the aero slider. And now we have our Corvette ZR1 89 Hisser. Man, that's an old school 80s dash, man. Look at that. Looks like Kit. Right out of the same design era.
You want a track?
No,
Oh, I just uploaded the livery for the GTS.
Oh, did ya?
Oh,
you?
Yeah.
You did a, I can go out and grab, let me go to your...
It's not like super great, but it's something that I'm working on.
Cool.
Needs some
Let's see.
championship stickers on there.
I need to go to friends. See if I can find you in here. Hey, there's my kid. I always scan right by, usually, when I'm looking for somebody.
I do it too.
There's Makoto. Papadulo. I don't think I have... No, I don't. I need to get a photo on my profile. What the hell's wrong with me? Yep, I must have went right by you.
When you set up the room, do you put slipstream 1 week?
I put on real. Yeah. Everything's on as real as possible, yeah. And then fuel is max, and tires for this race are 3.3, and then the event speed is 6.
Is it 33 for tires?
3 and 3.
Oh,
3 tire, 3 fuel. 3 times tire, 3 times fuel.
Okay.
Oh, Venom changed his name, huh? Higginbotham. Hmm. Zippy's on here. Oh, that's right. Judge has got a couple of different ones. European, the judge, I think. And then PRG, the judge.
Damn, you got all those people with all multiple accounts can't even put one little deal.
Godfoot changes names to Anita Hinjob. His nickname, Anita, Henjaoub, Anita Hinjob. It's probably the only thing I could get by the scrubbers or whatever.
That's pretty funny.
There's some really good names on. Sometimes you see them and I can't remember what the one guy's name. I told him, I said, best name ever. I can't remember what it is now, but how am I not finding you on here? What am I doing wrong? What the? We are friends on this, right?
I believe so. We're friends on PlayStation, so.
Yeah, you should be in here on my friends list. I can't find you. And it's demonetized.
Yeah, demonetized vet.
Check the following here.
I like how you can do a practice lobby at Daytona and there's 40,000 fans in the stands.
Yeah. Hey, gotta make money somehow.
Right.
Anita Hinja, that's still hilarious. There's one that's like Team Skeet backwards, I think. .com. It's like MOC mock dot something. I'm like, it took me forever to figure out what it was. Like, what the hell is that? And I'm like looking at it backwards, and I go, shit, maybe we aren't friends.
Oh shit.
Because I don't even have it on following. Let's see, let's try followers.
Without draft, I'm way down in the 45.6s now.
That's probably about where you'll be without a draft. I think if a car's running 44s without the draft, it's going to be too fast.
Yeah. And losing some of that torque, I might actually start using fuel now.
Yeah.
Because what people don't realize, higher horsepower, more fuel, higher torque, with less RPMs, better fuel.
Yeah.
People just don't understand that trade-off.
Mm-hmm. How is that possible? It is demonetized vet on your ID, right?
Yeah, it should be.
Well,
it's demonetized vet YouTube.
Yeah, but I still don't see anything even remotely. Let me try something here. Nope, that's not what I want to do.
Yeah, because my nickname is DVet YouTube, of course, but my actual gamer tag is demonetized vet.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what the app goes by. It says we're friends. Why can't I find you on this list? Demonetized vet? Yeah. That's really crazy. Let's see, friend. Let's try it again. Maybe I just completely spaced it. Try like the first one and I just looked past it. Alright, Jeff, Boyo, Miro, NVG, Renup, Thing1. Thing1 is here.
How many laps are we doing on this track for the race?
It's going to be 3 races, so we're only going to score points by stages though. The first 2, so it'll be 60, 40, and 25. So I might have 2 pit stops in the first one, depending on what we do with fuel usage.
Yeah, because I think mostly everybody was getting about 10 laps in our practice earlier.
Was it?
Yeah, it was about 10.
Yeah, and that's the product of running a lot of RPMs.
Yep. How many laps did NASCARs get out of this track?
Well, we're running basically the same that they do. Usually the Daytona 5, because it's 2.5 miles, so the Daytona 500 is 200 laps. The 400-mile races are like, what is it, 180? We're doing a 400K race, which is 125 laps, so...
Okay.
I do the 400K because it's just, the other ones just get drug out. You do the whole thing.
It's gonna be rough with the bumping.
It is, but you know what? When you settle in, everybody kind of settles in and cruises for a while, and then when it comes towards the end of the stage or the end of the race, man, everybody's going for it. But yeah,
The best thing about the Viper and that Gran Turismo, was that the one you was really liking? Was it Gran Turismo?
I like the Gran Turismo. They all seem to be pretty good. So.
Or was it the SLS that you was really enjoying when we were driving?
I think I liked the 8C. That seemed pretty good.
Okay, maybe that's what it was that you was driving. You was really liking.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, when we were starting to push and draft and all that,
mm-hmm.
I wasn't getting pushed around in the Viper that easily.
Yeah.
So when it comes to wrecks, as long as nobody's sideways on the track, I won't die.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we've had historically in these races, we did better, I think, the last one we did at the end of the summer last year. We used that as the end of the summer series. We ran the one make. We ran the Sylvia Spec R Aero car, the GT4 one. That, and it was one make, and everybody did pretty well. That car is really super stable. And it seems like we've got all these cars now with this extra aero on them. It seems like they're a lot more stable. It's still hard to go in the corners because everybody's got a different style of driving, but you almost need to let the car roll itself into the corner and, you know, kind of dive into the corner if you can. But when you're running too wide or more, you really got to keep it pinched, and it's hard to keep it. I mean, that I give credit to those guys out there driving those real cars out there doing that, man. That's a frickin', I can't imagine doing that for 500 miles without stopping. You know what I mean? Stopping, catching our breath, taking a piss, getting something to drink. They gotta go in for a pit stop, and they got 9 seconds during their pit stop to chill out, right?
Give me 5 gallons of Gatorade per race.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I just don't understand why I don't see you in here.
I don't get it either. Once I set one more lap to kind of see a good average, so I can give you the average, then we'll go to decide how it's doing with the setup.
I can maybe look on, if I look, did you put tags on it did you share it?
Yeah, SRT, Demon, and DVET. Type in DVET. That'll usually
okay,
bring up all
alright, I'll
stuff.
try that. I'm going to go over to the showcase, go to content search.
Tire wear is going to be another thing for those other cars.
Aha!
Yeah, there you go. You found it. Any of the cars that are naturally close to the 50-50 ratio are going to do you better on tire wear.
Yeah, I would think so, yeah. Mm-hmm. Demon Tune, Bondurant. So this gray one's the one you're working on?
Yeah, the
that's cool.
The 51.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's still missing a few things. I haven't decided yet, but we'll see.
Looks pretty good. I'll give you a comment, give you a little action there on the...
Is JT still in here?
No, he was going to do something on his own. I don't know if he's still on or not. I should be able to see his green dot if he's on the...
Because I thought I heard something and I was like, is somebody talking?
It doesn't show as green. He must be done. Alright, so I've got that car made. I might as well go ahead and put the stickers on it.
Do we get a lot of draft from the sidewall in this game?
No, if it's realistic, you should get what the side draft should drag the other car down a little bit when, like, they're... I can't think of where it would be on this, but it's usually when the air coming off the front nose hits, like, the windshield pillar and that. So it's right about when you can side draft the car if they're, like, halfway by you, roughly. And you can kind of get close to them. That should drag the other car down a little bit aero-wise. But it's hard to say with these cars. I'm not sure if it would do the same as, like, the Cup cars do.
So if somebody gets up beside you, probably the best thing to do, realistically, is to just try to avoid the side draft.
I would try, yeah. The best thing to do is if you're going to be next to somebody is to try to run, like, at least a half a car length off of them. Maybe even one full, one extra lane wide. So if you're on the outside and somebody's inside, I would probably going to be better, I would think, going down the straightaway where you to be away from them. But the side draft is a real art for these drafting guys, and I don't know if it applies to these cars as much, but it's worth a shot. Because the other thing it does is when you side draft is the wind stuff coming off your pillar when you got the flat spoiler in the back. That helps drag the other car down too. But in this case, it would be just like the body drag. But that is a good looking car. Wow. I might change the wheel color though. Not 100% sold on that gold. I'll probably leave it on there. I'm not going to drive this car probably. So what I've been doing is just starting in the back and doing my license plates first. I found a blank license plate that has the screw holes in it, and then I fill it in with with my stuff. Yeah, I was like, oh man, that'll work perfect. 30 is the number.
I mean, it takes a while, but I do have it set to only 3 liters a minute to refill.
Oh yeah.
Liters or whatever it is.
I got the room set to max, so.
Yeah, I'm just kind of getting an idea of what fuel might be like.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, there's going to be more pit stops probably than there were in that 4-cylinder Spec R. Again, though, in the draft, though, if you're behind somebody and they're pushing the air, you can run half throttle a lot of times, almost, and stay with them. You're just not going to bump them.
That might be the best way to save fuel for the whole race.
I think that's what we ended up doing. We would race hard, and then when it comes towards the stages, whoop, that's the wrong way. I just turned it upside down. Flip horizontally. There we go. Okay. Yeah, when it come toward at the end of the stages, people would change things. So change everybody wanted those points. So everybody was on it. And it got wild. The end of the races were absolutely crazy. But it's a frickin' blast.
Yeah, this will be my first Daytona tryover with you guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I don't know if have you raced that 400K and all VR the whole time?
I think I did the summer one last year. Yeah, I think I did the summer one in VR. Yeah, I can stay in VR for hours. It doesn't really bother me.
My problem is I'm a big boy and I'm a hairy motherfucker.
Yeah.
So when I start sweating and my body gets hot,
Oh.
that's when I start getting nauseous.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Weird.
wear.
I go outside and work 12-hour days slinging lumber and hay and
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of stuff, be pouring sweat. It's the moment that I stop and my body tries to cool down and when I
Is
start
it?
getting nauseous.
I gotcha.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And VR gets me sweaty, but it doesn't get me in and out of like that full work.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I just stay in a constant state of vomiting.
It's pretty cool how these stickers will automatically like curve around the windows and stuff like that. That really makes it a lot easier to set up.
I think I can run the Viper even lower.
You think so? Because I was running, what did I tell you, what, 99 when I took it out there that one time?
Yeah, I'm running like 88, I believe.
Hmm.
You could still barely just faintly feel the bumps. But that could just be also that I got the force feedback cranked way up.
Oh, I gotcha.
Like in ACC and all that, I actually have to turn it down because that's a very strenuous kind of feedback.
Yeah.
But in Gran Turismo, like compared to WRC, Gran Turismo is weak.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely got to do something with this pedal after seeing it, watching my telemetry tonight. I'm gonna have to get some new pedals.
If you ever go the Fanatec route, the V3s,
Mm-hmm.
the metal set with the load cell,
Yeah.
and the hydraulic brake, dude, it's night and day.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's why I brake so differently compared to everybody else, because I'm actually putting like the principles of braking into my turns and when I'm seeing them, and sometimes I'm able to cook through a turn, and other people just aren't. But when you look at their telemetry, they're completely on or completely off the brakes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Or they're maybe halfway off the brakes. Like I'm fully letting the hydraulic push my foot back up when I'm coming off the brakes. But granted, after 30 laps on some of our races, my fucking calf is
Sure, yeah.
the size of 6 grapefruits.
Yeah, I can see that. That would be a fatiguing.
I actually tested the pull of a Hellcat's brake under full applied pressure and seeing what the force would be, and I set my damper to be that exact same pull.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I took some time into that. Oh, I'm sitting here running more laps, and I'm in fuel map 6. And I was like, why am I fucking 3 seconds off pace? I wonder if that'll be a strat too. Run one hard stint, go in for your first pit, and then just come out fuel map 6 the second one.
Yeah.
And see if you can last 2 fuel pits.
Well, the biggest thing I think with pitting is going to be having a partner. You know, so that you can come in and go out at the same time, so you have the draft. Because you lose the draft, you're going to be probably a second and a half, 2 seconds slower than people in the draft. Which is why I do the stage racing, is that way you can catch up, and plus you get, even if you go a lap down, if the yellow comes out, the first car 1 lap down gets a free pass and gets back on the lead lap. So it's just very NASCAR-like as far as the that particular type of thing. So, and then of course cautions, when cautions happen. Now it's gonna be really hard to police the pit road, because guys tried to game the system before, and they would come in and pit as we were coming to the green. And so the last race, I had to close the pits. I said, no, you're not gonna. Your pits are only gonna be open if the leader is at race pace and has the first access to the pits. So everybody would be in the same boat. Because it's not fair for somebody to be able to come in. Because you can't police the pit road here on the game that you can do on like a normal race. So and I'm sure iRacing would be something you could police that. And I've had to change a lot of things learning from running races and stuff, So that's
well,
where
what
all
exactly were they trying to do? Like, so that way I understand.
Well, if you go in the pits while everybody's still running pace lap speed, because the game doesn't really have pace lap, we're adding that in. So when they come back down for the green, which would be at the Geico restart zone on the front stretch, or right at the penalty marker on the back stretch, if they come down before that, they're going to get in the pits, and the field's not really even going to be up to speed. By the time they're in their pit stall. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of gaming it, but I didn't have it. So now that this is why I have to come up with all these rules, is because everybody's pushed the limits.
Oh, they always find a way.
Yeah, there's always something, and that's competition. That's what they're doing, and that's why I had to kind of restrict the. This year my thought was when we developed the cars and stuff is think about it like if you're really running a series. And they're going to spec parts. Okay, so everybody's going to have the same brand off, the air filter, the same computer control that we can monitor. So that's the fuel, even on the older cars, the engine management system. Basically going to be, that was basically going to be the full control computer is also going to be your carburetor, or not your carburetor, but your fuel injection system. So you're going to run that. So we got control of everything. So we got the air filter, the muffler, the exhaust manifold, racing intercooler if we're running, they're all running the same spec parts. And the same thing with the transmission. I thought, you're not going to pull the transmission apart and start changing gear ratios at an event, but you might be able to change your rear gear. So we can do that best in the system by adjusting the top speed. So that's what I figured that with. So I'm trying to keep as much as we can tied down so people aren't all over the place. Because, I don't want guys to be discouraged because they don't want to tune, But I'd want a little usability where some people can tune, because I know there's some people that don't like tuning at all. And then I got some people that want to just like fine tune every little thing. And I'm like, well, the object, and the reason I did the whole thing with all the mini cars is the object is to get in any car and race fun, and have fun, not necessarily making your car better so that everybody else has got to catch up to your car. I want you to be driving fast. Find some cars you're comfortable driving, and then you can drive fast in them. So that was kind of
my theory. If it looks good, you do better in it.
Yeah, that's how I am too. I'm always, I don't even drive cars if I don't have a good livery. Well, that's probably a faster car, but I don't like that livery I got on it. I'm not going to drive it.
I mean, you see me.
Yeah.
Usually, if it's not a Hellcat or a Viper, I'm gonna
Nah, I know.
I am a fan of the Supra. It's just like a mini Viper.
Yeah.
That's what my wife calls it, the baby Viper. She wants one so bad, and we've been looking at all different types.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I told her, I said, no matter what, we're getting a 3.3 premium. There's no budging there just because you can find the color you want.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a Supra Celica if it's a 4-cylinder one. The newer one.
And it's a BMW Supra if it's
3.3. Yep. Yep. Yeah, that's one thing I wish Toyota would have done, or not the one thing. I mean, I'm glad they put a 6-cylinder in it. I'm glad they found a company that has some sporting background and built the platform on that. But I wish they would have done more with their own interior stuff. Having all the BMW everything everywhere.
Yeah, my wife said it best. That if you know exactly from the start that it's based off of BMW because it's a square screen right in the front.
Yep. That's exactly right. And they could have done things. I mean, when Chrysler was building the Crouton for Volkswagen, the Volkswagen Routan, I always called it the Crouton. Volkswagen actually shipped their own dash over because they didn't want Chrysler's dash, so they shipped their own dash and all that stuff over to the factory, and the infotainment, all of that stuff was Volkswagen stuff, and I think even the door trim and stuff, because Volkswagen is really good at building interiors, and Volkswagen, Audi. I mean, they have some really nice interiors, and I can see why they wouldn't want to put some of that stuff. I remember when Marconi took over Chrysler when Fiat bought him.
Yeah.
He came over and he was so appalled at the interiors, like on the Avengers and that he ordered like almost like $100 a car of interior improvements. He was so like, he's, oh my God, that was when Chrysler was under control of that investment company after the Daimler disassemble, as I call it.
Yep.
Oh my God, the crap they were putting out was horrible.
That's why when the new gen Chargers came out and all that, it was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Like the 2015s and up, it was like a whole different world.
It was. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Interior.
I mean, yeah,
and that's
that
why
was.
Since Dodge and Ram have separated, and everybody's like, oh well, they're still they've separated. Ram produces their own parts now for the, like interior design and stuff. The Ram trucks have become really stellar on the inside because the old Ram trucks, they suffered on interior design, but they were a great truck.
Yep.
Now the newer Rams are still a great truck, but they have better interior. Now the only thing I don't like about the new Ram trucks is the fact that they went with the split axle front end, that weird solid split thing that they got going on. Because it's not a true like solid axle.
Oh no.
No, it's kind of weird in the way that.
Well, they got like a CV axle attached to the end of them or something.
No, so it comes down to the way that the pinion is. Like if you look at them, there's a whole bulkier pinion and pumpkin ball area, and it's the way that they split the power when it comes through under a non-lock situation. I'll bring up the diagram I have to show you. But it's not like the traditional old straight C hubs, straight axle that you're used to on all old trucks.
Oh yeah.
Because Ford got away from them, Chevy got away from them. I think Chevy only has the rear solid axle, right?
Yeah, I think they've had that for a while. Because I did an Escalade. What year was that sucker? 07? 07, 08, and that had the like short, like the short front axle. Yeah. Because what happened was they got hit, and they had these like big ass 24, 28 inch wheels or something on it. And the car, where they hit right in the wheel, and the wheel jammed in, and they ended up putting an axle in it after the fact because it had they found a crack in it, but it had like if you put like your hands like about shoulder width apart, that's how big the center part was. So it had like a short shaft coming off the one side and the longer shaft to get around through by the engine, and then it had like CV shafts on it. But that was all aluminum on that one, and it cracked. And the insurance, after they spent like $12,000, we put a frame in it, a used frame. Because this was the Avalanche version of the Escalade, the ESV or whatever they call it. I can't remember. It never made sense the way they did I would think the Escalade EXT would be like extended, would be like the Suburban version, but it was the other way around. I think it was the ESV or something like that, or maybe it was the EXT that was the Avalanche version. But yeah, that thing was hit so damn hard. It got hit and it just tweaked the frame. It wasn't like bad, like buckled, but it got the cross member, and I had originally ordered the cross member, and I was trying to pull it, and I had my frame rack each tower was 10 tons, and then I had this what they call a vector pull, which is basically just you hook chains up, and then it uses a ram. That was a 12-ton ram, and so I had, what was it? What did I figure it was? It was 52,000 pounds of pressure on that frame. I mean, I had all three of those things wound out as tight as I could, and I could not get that frame to pull back. So my thought process, I was going to I was going to straighten it and get it into spec, and then cut the cross member off. Well, then I found out the cross member I couldn't get, so that's when I really wound the thing up, and I couldn't get it. So I called the insurance. I said, look, I've never had a frame beat me before. I said, but this thing, I have wound it up, tried everything. They won't let you use heat on it. But, I mean, that was scary. I was literally standing behind a hood waiting for something to snap, when you're trying to walk around those towers. Man, that is, you don't want something to come off or unhook,
Yeah, Yeah, that Todd is always scary. That's like when people winch, dude. Like if I'm winching myself, I go right in the lot. I don't care, dude. I'll stand on my winch cable while I pull it. I have faith in myself to know when's enough is enough. But if somebody else is winching, dude, nope. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go sit over here behind my Jeep.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like,
Well, too, I watched a video years ago where some guy was trying to, like recover a car off road, and he was trying to do like a side tackle pull on a flatbed.
Yeah.
And the pulley or something broke. I can't know what it was broke was the hook that went onto the car, where it was hooked onto the chain. It broke and slapped him, got the guy in the head. And
he probably died.
No, he didn't die, but he had severe head injuries and problems. But it didn't kill him. But man, that would I'm like, I keep saying that. I'm like, it ain't worth it. You know, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth the risk. You know.
No, when in doubt, just fucking walk out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and a lot of that times that would have been right about after the crunch of 08, 09. So I would have been there a lot by myself. So I was always super careful. It was a Craftsman, like a cordless phone that was tied into my phone system. I always had that in my pocket. Just in case something would have happened. You know, I could call, and plus I could answer the phone when it rang, but that's a good-looking car.
What is?
That ZR1 that I built, it was the red, the dark red pearl, like almost like a burgundy maroon pearl they had on those things. I think that was an early 3-stage color back then. But that thing looks good with the gold wheels.
Yeah, I've seen that actual color that they use for those 3 stages at the Corvette Museum.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Some of those colors, what they look like when they first put the Mazda one, that Soul Red Crystal, that's so sexy. That color, if you open the doors on those cars, you can see the base color because they don't 3-stage the inside. It's like an orangish copper looking, but kind of dark. Yeah. And then they put that tinted mid coat on that is super expensive. It is literally like $1,000 for a pint. It is expensive. We would do a lot of those Mazda CX-5s because when Mazda puts that on, they put it on the factory as a 4-stage. So they have to use this hot hue toner, which is like one of the custom car colors, to make that mid coat. Yeah. And when we would do those, we would have literally $4,000 because those things would chip. And Mazda would cover it under warranty, but this would be like a $6,000-$7,000. You know, you'd be painting all the leading edge panels: hood, roof, A-pillars, fenders. They wouldn't cover the bumpers because that was plastic. But I mean, a lot of them we did everything but the rear bumper and the rear hatch because they would chip down the side too, and Mazda would cover it. And of course, that stuff gets on the internet, and then everybody's, well, my car's chipping too, you know.
Yep.
But because that process is so, you know, the paint they put it on super thin using the robots and that, but it would chip easy. That Soul Red Crystal would chip easy, so, you know, Mazda would cover it just as a customer service thing. And
those robots that put those on there is what I've worked on.
Oh, is it the painting robots? Yeah.
I do the painting, the actual part placement.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is we'd start with blank metal.
Yeah.
They'd stamp it out, and then we get cold and hot stamp parts.
Yep.
Then they get put in fixtures by separate robots, and then the welding robots would come in on the fixtures, weld them together.
Sure.
With the projection welding, and then some robot would come in, pick it up, put it on the conveyor, or put it in a rack or something like that. Yeah, that's.
So that's what you did, huh? That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, because you know when they closed the Belvedere Chrysler plant out here, the FCA plant or whatever they call it now, Stellantis. I knew it was just a freaking ploy because they were coming up for contract negotiations, so they closed the plant. Oh, we're not going to build anything here. But they had just stuck like $1.5 billion in that plant redoing it a few years ago for the Cherokee because they closed the Cherokee plant down and moved Cherokee production here. Well, then when they quit making the Cherokee, you know, they were supposedly going to make something else, and then they moved that to another place, and then they decided to close this down. And I'm like, so what they did is when the union negotiations happened again this last summer, Oh yeah, well we'll do this for you, but and we'll open this plant back up, type of thing. It's just a ploy. They all do it. It's both sides going against each other.
That's all it is.
It is. Unions are hard to work around, though. I mean, I will say that. Coming from the business standpoint, I remember we had to do in college. We had to do like you had to run a fake company for like a year. That was your senior sem, and boy, the dealing with these, especially these union bosses, which were our instructors, like our professors, man, they would be assholes. It's like, oh, that's it, we're going to strike. It's like, no, what we're saying, we got to do this, because we'd always be in groups, too, so you had to all come to agreement how we were going to handle it. But, yeah, you deal with everything. It's just like the tax code. If somebody knows how to work the tax code, you can do very well as a business owner. Because it's there to try to spur people to spend money, and some people that can really use it, that especially the bigger companies that like the people that own these big companies, they don't ever take a salary, so they're not going to pay income tax, but they don't ever have to get food, they don't ever have to buy, because they own the company that caters or whatever for the food, they own the company that provides transportation, all that. It's all just having it under your wing, and you don't have to ever pay why do you need to pay yourself if you own everything?
And that's how it works, man. That's crazy.
It is. I mean, it is. It's like, they were making a big deal because, what was it, Amazon a few years ago didn't pay any federal income tax. Well, that's because they're reinvesting, and people don't understand that. It's like hospitals. My sister's an accountant at a hospital, and they're considered nonprofit. But what they have to do is, instead of taking profit, per se, like you would do and give to shareholders or whatever, they have to take that money and reinvest it, and they also have to have a percentage of their money they have to do for like charitable work and things like that in order to maintain that non-for-profit. So yeah, like I think she said 80 cents on every dollar is already pre-written off that they'd bring in a hospital, because Medicare for one and Medicaid and the government only pays like 10 to 12 cents per dollar on billing. So it's a crazy game,
That's wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why I don't want the government. The government doesn't do anything well. I don't want the government running healthcare. It's bad enough that we've got, with the profit system that we've got, but at least that way you can change companies, if you don't like it. You get stuck with the government, that's all you got. They'll give you the middle finger like they do at the DMV. Screw you. But, yeah, I mean, there's pluses and minuses to everything. I always tell people that. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna head out here and try to get some sleep. So I think
don't blame me. I just ran 60 laps now just to see what it's gonna be like.
No kidding, huh?
Yeah.
Boy,
I'll wait to see what the fuel's like, because I don't know if you're gonna leave it at 3 times, so I don't want to say any numbers yet.
Yeah, we'll check that. We may. I think last time we might. I'll have to look at my old. We might have done it at 2 times, so we might change that. We'll have to see what all the cars do for fuel mileage. We'll run a longer race and see how everybody does. Yeah, I built my Genesis that you had found. You found the Genesis, right? The G70. Yeah. I didn't think that would make it either, but yeah, and it's kind of dragged down. It's only 587.
Yeah, it's down there.
But I bet you it would be good at some place like Red Bull, where you got those where you need grip. You need that grip, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because it's got a lot of torque.
Daytona, it falls on its nose.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Daytona.
Did really good.
Yeah, I ran that once, but you know what? That's the one I did the livery on. What was it, Saturday night? And I actually did a full-on livery. And when I went to save it, it did the little spinning thing and got stuck.
Yeah.
And I lost everything on my livery. I was so pissed. I was like, oh my god, I just spent 2 hours doing this. Frick.
Yeah. Because that's a clean looking car too.
That does. That makes a nice looking. I put the BBS style mesh wheels on there. I gotta find that. Where is that thing? Let's see. Where is it down here?
I run pretty much BBS as well.
Yeah, no, not the mesh ones, but the other ones, because they're like the spokey looking ones, like the double spokes. That's like 12 of them. Yeah, and I had the I liked this color, so I left the color and I just put stickers on it, but I might as well go and do that. I'll leave that car up for when I get on tomorrow. All right, bud, I'm going to head out and shut down my stream, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
All right, later, man.
All right, man, have a good one.
You too.
Yep, bye. All right, YouTube, that's it. Got everything set up. I think we're getting closer to having these cars really, really balanced out well. And if we can do that, hopefully we can do that. That'll last for not just for the super speedways, but I'm going to save a control for the super speedways and for the I'll save a different settings for super speedways and for road courses. So we'll try to keep as many parameters as we can together. So when we're trying to balance these out on the road courses, and that we don't have to spend so much time trying to get that area. So if we can get the cars to perform pretty much the same, I think we'll do well. And there's going to be some pluses and minuses. I think the Camaro is strong everywhere, but it's maybe not be dominant and that as it was before. And I think if we keep the Mustang up on power, we'll make up for that that drag issue it's got in the sim here in the game. So yeah, we'll deal with this R8 that I lost my livery on. Again, this would make a nice hisser car. So again, we got next hisser race is going to be coming up middle April. That'll be let me double check those dates, because I got to be careful on that because my kid's birthday is that. I may have to reschedule that. Yeah, 19th, 20, and 21. We may have to move that one back a week. One, two, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we could move that one back a week, I guess. I'll have to double check that because I had completely forgot my kid's birthday that weekend. Plus, I've got doctor's appointment, so yeah, we'll have to double check that. The Spring Event 3 that was going to be the Earth Day weekend, we might have to run it the next weekend. So I'll double check that, but I haven't posted that one up yet. We're going to get through these races and then we'll go from there. So thanks everybody for watching. Again, previous video I set up all the cars. In this video I went through everything and reset it, so you can find, if you scan through it, you can probably find where I'm going through the cars. And I started off I think with the Maserati and made sure I got that one to the wide body, and then we went to the 8C, and then I went through them, I think, and then we went through them and looked at them in VR. So you can, if you want to look at the cars in VR, you can see that here on this stream. And then we built the Corvette ZR1 that John ran the other night. We built the G70 that Demon found, and then pulled this one up. We'll fix this livery tomorrow, and I'll do that offline. And then we'll be back on tomorrow night for some more Cup Car practice, and we'll be running these control cars and trying to find the right settings. I think we're really close to having all of these balanced out pretty well. The Viper is going to be a little difficult, I think, to get balanced out, but I think by flipping the horsepower and torque limits, that should even it out a little bit, I think. So we'll have to see how it runs in the draft. Again, what we're trying to avoid is cars that can just pull out and pass around people without any help, but that should not happen on a super speedway. If you drive it right and get the exact run, you might be able to make the pass, but if somebody comes up and drafts the other car, they should be able to help avoid you from passing them, so if you follow what I'm meaning. So if you get a run on a car going down like the backstretch into the corner and try to swing wide, if somebody comes up on the inside and helps draft that other car that you're trying to pass, they should be able to keep you from passing them. In other words, or if they come up and help you, that should be able to help you pass them. So we want to avoid the meta car that can run everywhere and is super strong. That's why we didn't have the Viper in before. If we can get this thing to work, I'll let it in. Again, this is a V8 front wheel rear drive naturally aspirated class, so if we can balance this Viper out, it's going to be down a little bit and probably up on aero to try to drag it down a little bit, because it's going to be naturally stronger than these V8 cars at the tied up same weight. Vipers are usually fairly heavy, so so that gives them a little bit of a balancing act when racing. But again, all these cars are pretty heavy in normal factory form. So again, there's your choices. We got the Alpha 8C built to spec, 515 horse. The M3 at 517 horse. The Camaro at 516 horse. The Viper here at 516 pound-feet of torque. And then the Mustang GT, we're allowing it to have 10% more power. That's exactly 52 horsepower right there over the 515. And then this one is exactly 50. And I may allow that up one more. We'll have to see how it does at 50. I'll run it again tomorrow night and see how it does at 565. But it ran pretty good. Still, when the thing gets out in the wind, it still drags down. So we may have to pull some drag off the Mustangs yet. But we'll figure that out. The RC is pretty good. The SLS, I think we've got that slowed down enough. The Crown is pretty good. The Camaro is good as always. The BMW might need a little bit of less aero because, again, it doesn't have a lot of torque. And then we got the Gran Turismo, which I didn't drive in wide body tonight, so we'll try that out tomorrow night. I'm going to try all these cars again. Hopefully we've got a good balance on these cars, and I think we're going to have a really, really super good race. Good qualifying races, because everybody's going to be wanting to get up front and start up front. And then our races on Sunday night, our main race. Again, our main race will be split into 3 segments, so it'll be 3 races as we do it on the game here, but the points are going to be tabulated as one race, and so is the standings. So you'll have Stage 1, which will be Race 1, Stage 2. Both of those will pay 10 points for the win, and all the way down to 1.4 And then our final event would be the 100 points for the win. That would be the 3rd race, and then that will be, our normal main race points there. So a lot of points up for grabs on this one. A little bit more than usual as far as bonus points. So you're going to get the starting bonus, the 10. So whoever has the best average in the 3 qualifying races on Friday night will be the pole sitter and have the MRQ bonus of 10, and then that'll be 1 point down. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for 10th. So 10th would be 1. That would be qualifying for our 3 qualifying heat races. Again, average finish on those 3 races. Qualifying is the tiebreaker. And then that's what we had, the situation we had on last week's MRQ. We had Steve and Makoto both with a 2.667 average, but Steve qualified 1 spot ahead of Makoto, so Steve got the tiebreaker and actually started 2nd in our main event. So it's a pretty simple system. It's very much easier for me to process and should be hopefully easier for everybody to understand. It actually is not difficult when you break it down. It just seems like a lot to put together, but you got bonus, event, and race points, and you just add them together. It's that simple. So that's it for tonight. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you around. Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. Share it if you can. I appreciate everybody coming on. Appreciate all the information. I am going to try tomorrow. And again, I was going to do it today, but I got tied up. I started doing these cup cars, and I'm like, I want to get this done today. So I think we've got that done. I'm going to try to do the replay of the main races the other night. So the 2 for 124 at Daytona. Try to do that replay today. Or it is Tuesday, technically. So today I'll try to get that replay done. I'll do a broadcast, and we'll switch views, and we'll watch action through the whole track. I did review the 2 races today, but I didn't broadcast it, but I do have an idea what I want to show you. There weren't very many incidents in the race, but there were a few. So we'll go through all that, and we can fast forward through the racing if it's not, if everybody's spread out. But there was a lot of changes with pit stops and things like that kind of shook the field up a little bit. But, yep, so keep an eye out for that. Again, thanks, everybody. We'll see you around tomorrow and then tomorrow evening for some more testing and practice. And hopefully by the end of the night, tomorrow night, we'll have these cars all set up and are balanced out. So that's it. Thanks again, everyone. We'll see you around next time. Until then, KingPittdawg out.